Interesting. Well, we're back live.
Oh gosh.
It's been a little bit, so a little out of practice, but here we are. Um,
Yay.
and we already have gotten a bunch of news just this morning. So,
Yeah, they were like oh
um,
what was
uh,
it? Was it Rashawn Gary went to the Dallas Cowboys this morning?
yeah, he was traded. I believe that was for a fourth.
Fourth, okay.
Um, let's see if I can actually find the details. Uh, could land in Dallas. It seems like he did land in Dallas. Let's see if I can find it over here. Um, oh, but the Dolphins announced this morning that they're gonna release Tua, which is
Not surprising.
yeah, it's not surprising. Like I feel like we talked about that, where it's like it feels like the Kyler treatment as well. Um, they were just really quiet about it, while the Cardinals were like, "Hey, he's available." Um,
Yeah. It's
it'll
just sitting there for
be
a while.
finalizing it. Okay, finalizing sending a fourth round pick next year to the Packers for
Next
Rashawn
year.
Gary.
Okay.
So that move was made. The who else? Was it the Jets traded for Minka Fitzpatrick?
I did not see that.
I
When did
I
that happen?
that was earlier in the morning.
I did not see that one.
I thought I saw it somewhere. I don't know where I saw it now, but I could have sworn I saw that. Um, oh yeah, that was 2 hours ago. Dolphins are sending Minka Fitzpatrick to the Jets in exchange for a seventh rounder
Good morning.
from the Chargers. Um, let me pull up my chat over
Will,
here.
we have somebody in the comments saying good
Oh,
morning.
it is Lisa. I know Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Hello.
Hello. Um, let's here's this over. I was like, I completely forgot about my chat. Um, but yeah, so that has happened. That's all this morning.
Yeah.
I guess none of it's like super
Oh,
surprising,
hold on, I
but
think I just got breaking news on fantasy sports. Let me check real fast.
I will say, it seems that the favorite right now for getting Tua is actually supposed to be the Falcons, which we haven't put them too much into consideration in the mix of stuff, but the Falcons with Michael Penix and his injury, moving on from Kirk Cousins, it wouldn't be surprising for them to bring in a veteran like Murray or Tua. Um, I think that's about the only route they would go to bring in a quarterback. Otherwise, they'll stick with Penix. Uh,
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much.
yeah, I find it hard to believe that they're not gonna go out and take like a I I don't think they would go out and take like a Malik Willis, who's kind of a. I mean, I won't. I don't know if I'd say that Tua and Kyler are necessarily proven, but they can start. We know that much.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, definitely.
Malik Willis, he's had a couple starts as a backup, and he started in Tennessee, but that didn't go well. So what you're grading it
No,
on
unfortunately.
really is up in the air. Um, so it will be interesting to see how things unfold. I'm trying to work with like basically makeshift like five screens because I'm like I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to set up right now. I'm like trying to organize a couple tabs so I can keep track of
Yeah.
certain things right now.
To step on your toesies a little bit, is it Travis Kelce news that you were seeing?
No, actually, I've not seen any Travis Kelsey. Is there
Um,
something going on?
NFL Network says Travis Kelce is expected to return for a 14th season, which isn't like
No,
it
that's
was
not
kind
that
of
surprising.
yeah. We figured if he was gonna retire, we probably would have heard about it by now. I feel like his is gonna be pretty much right away. Tablet, phones, etc. out. I got a laptop. I got phone. I got a second monitor, and then I got two things on my first monitor. So I'm breaking out
Hmm.
all the screens. Obviously, again, nothing, no major news
Yeah.
popping yet because that
No.
opens in 15 minutes. But we get a chance to kind of look back at what has happened already. Um, I okay. There's a lot. I'll say the Trent McDuffie trade. I do
Yeah.
really
I was about to say, what did you like about that one?
I really like it for the Rams. I'll tell you what. I think the Rams went from a potential contender to or like it was like a pretty strong contender to like, oh, they're going to maybe actually have a defense this year. They gave up a first round
Yeah.
pick, their lower first round pick this year. And this is a team that doesn't have a problem not picking in the first round, and they still get to pick their keep their pick at, was it 13? So
Yeah, I think it was 13.
yeah, and then they went out and paid um, McDuffie quite a bit of money, so he'll be around for a while. None of this is super surprising to anyone. Rams are not unfamiliar to giving away firsts for big names. Chiefs are not are pretty much known for developing young corners, and then the moment it comes to where they're going to have to worry about paying them,
Yeah.
they'll ship him off or let him go. Like L'Jarius Sneed, uh, was it a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
Um, let's see.
Let's see what else is going on right now.
Yeah, most not a whole bunch going on right now because obviously again most of the main news is still up in the air. But again, we're gonna have we've added Tua to the potential mix of players. Um, not been a whole lot.
Not really.
And
Let's see here. E, oh, NFL free.
okay.
Tracker.
Um,
Okay. So
yeah, I got a
you saw the news. Oh,
yeah. I was just saying I got a free agency tracker. I got Twitter pulled up. I have uh, other sources up. So like, it's a great time. But what were you gonna get into?
I was going to talk about Stephon Diggs a little bit. I'm curious to see what you think about that one.
About the releasing of
Yeah, the releasing of him. Yeah.
um
What are you thinking about that one?
I am not surprised. I was admit like he was about to take, I think it was his cap hit was about to increase by like 16 million. Obviously he's getting older, and this is a team that's probably going to look to get a young weapon, like a young strong weapon, so potentially look towards more like an Alec Pierce that would be provide
Probably.
more longevity, but also again amidst all the allegations, kind of just seems like a safe move as well.
I
So,
see the Falcons are expected to make a strong push for Tua Tagovailoa
yeah.
as of 49 seconds ago. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, not nothing anything about Mike Evans though. That's one of the receivers. I'm curious what's going to happen there because I mean,
He,
for me, it's like, where's he going?
to me, he was like either. Well, so I guess I viewed this more from the flip side of the team. Um, Looking at the Bills, I thought it was either going to be Mike Evans or AJ Brown, but they've now moved, or the Bills at least have gone and got DJ Moore, so I don't expect a big splash receiver move per se. Um, but yeah, receiver's going to be interesting.
Di- I assume you saw the news about what Tom Brady said about Max Crosby about
Max
where
Crosby.
he wanted to go.
Well, I saw where he didn't want him to go. That
That's what I'm
was,
saying, like, where he did want to
yeah,
go.
I did see that. Um, which honestly, I'm not
I think
surprised.
it's kind of hilarious.
I
Kind of
think it's
hilarious.
pretty funny. I saw, I think I sent it to you. The post that was made about Sean Payton about the Max Crosby trade. Um,
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, I
Bought
was
him a
like, what
one-way
is
ticket to
going
Baltimore.
on?
He's like, "Go! I don't want you back. Leave." And in like the
Be
most
gone.
like, it's in a very funny manner, of course. Um, but yeah, I guess we haven't really talked about that. That was the Max Crosby trade, which is like the biggest move of the offseason so far.
Hmm.
Well, that and Trent McDuffie, I think, are like the two big moves right now. Um,
Oh, easily.
my, I'm kind of, it's, I'll say it's interesting how people are viewing it as the Ravens getting fleeced for paying two first rounders for him.
I think he's worth it, honestly.
I don't understand how. To me, this was our Micah Parsons trade.
Yeah,
This is us trading for Micah Parsons. Yes, he's a little bit older, but he
he's still
doesn't.
worth that capital.
I don't think he carries like, he doesn't also come with. He's such a monster. Like he's just been on bad teams, being the Raiders. Where you compare him to like Micah Parsons, yes, Micah Parsons has made the playoffs many times, but he's not one, so he still
Yeah,
carries a little bit of was he part of the problem in Dallas because he wasn't performing quite as much. But I don't. It feels like with Micah Parsons, it's like wow, the Cowboys were dumb. They only got two first for him, but now the Ravens are like
for
you're
so
getting
much. Yeah,
fleeced, and it's like it's the same value. Like
yeah,
I
just a
the
little different.
the different different views on it compared to the Micah Parsons trade for the Packers. I'm like, to me this is this is our Micah Parsons trade, which I had no. I texted you shortly before it happened. Was like apparently the Ravens are in the mix. Apparently,
Yeah, I saw that and I was like,
I had
oh
I
boy,
had no faith that they were actually going to pull that off. And the funniest thing is, I had put my phone
doesn't
down
matter.
for 5 minutes to walk into the kitchen and prepared to make some dinner.
And
And
then,
my brother comes out and just simply got, and my brother's a Bengals fan, and just comes out and goes, "I hate you." And I
well,
go,
there's your indication.
well, I was like, "What?"
There's your indication.
I just stood there and was like, "What did I do?" And he's like, "You guys got Max Crosby," and I was like, I walk away
No
for
way.
5 minutes. I walk away for 5 minutes. Um, it took me a minute for that to even like set in. Which I do have to say, Joe Burrow might die. He has to go
Joe
against
Burrow might actually die,
he
unfortunately. I don't know how they're going to defend against
through
these guys.
through 6 games. He has to go through Micah Parsons or not Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, T.J. Watt, and Miles Garrett.
Bro might actually die, like, on TV.
It's like every team in the AFC North has an elite edge rusher. except for the Bengals.
for the Bengals. Well, they do. They're just not paying him or anything.
Well, he's a free agent now. That's the thing. Also, I don't know that
Oh, true.
I don't know that I'd call him elite. He is not he's a good edge rusher. Man, he's also again he's old and I wouldn't put him in the same tier, but like Max Crosby is you have T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett that are like probably top three for sure.
Oh, easily.
And then there's Max Crosby, who's always felt like underrated because he plays for the Raiders or played for the Raiders, and so it's gonna be so fun. I mean, that defense is gonna be so scary. With you're gonna have Roquan, Kyle Hamilton, Max Crosby. We don't know what's going on with Madubuike, if he's even gonna be healthy enough to play, how good he is, but Nate Wiggins, who I really believe is going to just take another step forward.
Yeah.
So,
just a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm and again, all of that, and then you throw on the fact that you bring in Jesse Minter, who is was a really good defensive coordinator. So,
oh yeah,
if he can build that defense, really build up that defense with what he's got there. You got a lot of guys working. I got a lot of staff to improve the D line, and you throw Max Crosby on it. I'm like, this is gonna be scary for everyone else. Fun for me.
Oh yeah, fun for you guys.
Absolutely.
Or everybody else trying to survive.
They'll be fine.
I'm just more worried about Joe Burrow and his health after this.
Yeah, that is for sure. Now I am interested. This is another thing that has kind of been fallen out of has avoided the limelight, but it's kind of a big thing, is the 49ers, who are open to trading Trent Williams. They've had contract issues, might be willing to release him. Maybe I don't know if they actually moved.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's one of the best tackles in the league. He's fallen off a little bit more in his age, but not enough to not be highly valued. I mean, he wants to still be one of the best tackles, and he is a game changer for sure. I'd be interested to see if he moves at all. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of stuff as we're 30 minutes away from everything opening up, and I'm just curious. I'm curious to see where a lot of these guys go.
Trent Williams specifically, I'm curious to see who's able to get him if he does walk.
What is it? Oh, this is trade proposals. This isn't what I wanted. I got really confused when I saw Kyler Murray and Jets trade, and I was like, what? That's not real. This is a lie. I've been lied to.
Lies, deceit.
Lies and deceit indeed. Romeo Doubs is expected to sign elsewhere, so not returning to the Packers. Colts working to reach a deal with Daniel Jones. An extension. So it's not just him playing on the tag.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. I just said this. Not actual news, but Ben Solak was matchmaking basically, and the first one he mentioned was Alec Pierce to the Patriots. I'm like, hey, I said that one at one point. That would be an interesting. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. If you look at the Patriots, it's like, yeah, you have some young. Similar to like the Packers a couple of years ago. You have these young wide receiver 2s and 3s, and then you had Stephon Diggs. Drake May knows how to dish it out, but he needs a one, similar to the Packers. Um, Alec Pierce feels like he can be a one in New England. Like he feels like that guy, and
No offense, Alec Pierce fits kind of the stigma around New England where they usually have white receivers.
yeah, and I
They
always
always do.
I always I found it so interesting. People for a long time were like, well, I guess it was more corners, but like when it came to receivers, you look at like Lad McConkey when he came in. It's like, oh, it's just gonna be another Wes Welker, Julian Edelman type deal, and I'm like, Alec Pierce has been in the league.
Like he's been for a while.
Yeah, people. I just feel like he
He's
doesn't.
quietly under the radar.
It's because he plays for the Colts, and nobody talks about Colts receivers. You have.
The Colts have been so bad recently.
Well, if you look at the Colts, it was Jonathan Taylor's good, Anthony Richardson is not. Which, that's still news we could hear today. Is, well, obviously his is a trade deal and might get pushed back. Like it probably won't pop today, but there's a decent chance he's waiting to see kind of where teams go with their quarterback, like where these quarterbacks land and what actually provides him a starting opportunity. So who knows? We might see something there. It is 11, so we are officially open.
I was gonna say, yeah, because it opens at 11. So
11 Central Time, which would be 12 Eastern Time. So we're gonna have to see what kind of stuff does actually break. I don't remember last year how long. I just know like once it started, it felt like every 5 to 10 minutes there was a big signing, and I was like, "Calm down, please."
we just didn't really have time to like
Well, we
do anything. we just like, well, we're just waiting until everything calms down and then we'll cover everything. We didn't really have a choice.
and we had made the decision that we were like, oh, we'll record a couple hours in and release a video, um, a little bit later in the day, and the entire time between that recording, leading up to the recording, after the recording, during editing, it was just constant new. Like I remember, I think I had like 2 to 3 pages of free agency deals set
Yeah.
by like a 2 o'clock recording, and I was like, "Holy moly, calm down, guys, jeez, like, ah."
There is no such thing as calm in free agency.
There's not, and honestly, I love it. So yeah, there's a lot that can happen. I'm curious to see what even the first deal made is. It's probably not going to be a big one. Usually the first one is.
No, it's usually the first one.
The first one's usually like, I honestly thought when I looked over that this was going to be the first one, but Titans re-signing their long snapper, and I was like, if someone's first signing as a long snapper, I'm going to be like, what are we doing? Everyone trade market over, or free agency opens, and teams just like, big move, big first move, gotta get that long
Big
snapper,
moves.
gotta get him.
Obviously, you have to get the long snapper.
I mean, and again, a long snapper is valuable, but what is the? I want to check. I think the Brandon Aubrey stuff is very interesting as well.
Yeah, that one's interesting because I saw that news. I didn't really know what to think of it at first because I was like, they're shop. Why are they doing that to Aubrey? I wasn't
Well,
sure
so
what
it's
the
because
motivation was.
he wants, like, admittedly, for a kicker, he wants to be the highest paid kicker, but he wants to be the
Oh,
highest paid
that's
kicker
fair.
by a bit. Like, I think he was looking at like 10 million a
Oh.
year.
Oh, just now, Alec Pierce signs to a 4-year, 116 million deal with the Colts from Underdog NFL.
Really? I've not.
According to Underdog NFL.
Well, let's see.
It is
If
verified, but I didn't get to see if that was like the
yeah,
actual.
yeah, 116 to return to the Colts. Well, there goes
Yep, that's
Patriots' hopes and dreams.
good.
What I'm curious why you wait until things to open for that, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know what their motivation was that one, but I
Little
mean,
bit of
to be completely
yeah.
honest, Alec Pierce is such a good receiver, like we've been mentioning before. It's just the fact that this guy doesn't get noticed enough is kind of ridiculous, only because of the fact that he just goes and plays for the Colts. But I think if they continue to keep their core pieces that they had this last season, I think they can definitely do better than they've had been doing. It's just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can only do so much with keeping everybody behind. I also did see that was it the Colts were offering Daniel Jones Sam Darnold money, but his camp was talking about like 50 million.
I mean, again, that's
I
kind
was
of
like,
like we're getting it to a place where 50 million isn't the high end quarterbacks anymore. That's
I know.
getting to be
That's
more
like
like, hey, you want a starting potential franchise quarterback? This is your deal. That's not top money anymore.
no, it's
But
not. So,
I mean, again,
okay, so yeah, for
40.
Alex Pierce, 84 guaranteed, 60 million fully guaranteed at signing. So that's not too bad. Became the
Yeah,
highest paid free agent wide receiver in NFL history. Well, there you go.
yeah, because that's what he's then making 24 and a half a year, or the 26 and a half.
Something like that, yeah.
Math is mathing. Um,
Math is math.
no, what would it be? It'd be 29 million a year.
I think so
29, yeah.
actually, yeah. Yeah.
Zacchaeus goes back to the Falcons. Okay.
Oh.
Olamide Zacchaeus, who just spent a year in Chicago, a year, was it a year or 2 years in Chicago, is going
Hmm.
to return to to the Falcons, which is kind of interesting because we saw Darnell Mooney, I believe, is currently a free agent. So, uh,
Yeah.
which I mean, I think I like Darnell Mooney more, but depending on what the compensation is kind of what's going to determine it. That being the first one is kind of crazy though. They
Yeah,
doesn't look like
for
they have any
Alex Pierce,
value.
it's wild.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have any value on it yet though. No valuation. So, let's see. No rumors yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's talk about Penix uh
Being,
worrying about his position.
I mean, yeah. Again, when everyone's saying that the Falcons are gonna go and get Tua, that's not really surprising. Um, there's
No, not really.
reason for concern. Um, duh, 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 duh.
Let's see here. I'm trying to keep track of uh Twitter right now because oh
Yeah.
gosh, I just random tweet that I see. Daniel Jones is the greediest scumbag in the NFL. He absolutely robbed the Giants, and now he's about to do the same to the Colts. All while still he is still currently injured. Complete piece of crap.
That sounds like a
Okay.
Giants
Salt,
fan being
yeah, salty
salty.
Giants fan. Yeah, if
Um,
anything.
yeah, I mean,
Sucks
again,
that it didn't work for you guys.
it's because he's the Giants. Two, the difference is, admittedly, the injury is concerning, but the difference is he actually played well with the Colts, where
Hmm.
Daniel Jones got his extension with the Giants off of, while it was his best year, wasn't necessarily a good year. So,
Sorry, I'm laughing at some of these tweets. If the Dallas Cowboys gets Trey Hendrickson, our D line is going to be the scariest in the NFL.
with
Yeah, in your dreams, bud.
with
With
you're
who?
you're building their D line is they're building the old Packers because they
That's
have
all they're doing.
well so they do have Quinnen Williams, which
They
is
have
nice,
they have
but
Quentin Williams.
Kenny
They
Clark's
have
old.
Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark.
Rashawn Gary, he's again not the same guy. You get Trey Hendrickson, you're essentially what you're saying. You're they're gonna be veterans, that's for sure. If you get Trey, then your D line is gonna be like at least 50% retired in like 2 years. But yeah, I don't think that makes them much better of a team. I like again they'll have a pass rush, but with the money they have,
Yeah, that's about it.
um,
Yeah. So let's talk about Alex Pierce a little bit more because someone brought up this: zero All Pro, zero Pro Bowl, 157 career catches, 17 career touchdowns, and one 1,000-yard season, and he is the highest paid free agent wide receiver ever.
cat. Well, so again, the thing is, you obviously have to acknowledge market, because that's what it is. Is he? That's the only way they keep him around. The market's gonna grow, so. And I think he's one of the top guys in this free agency. Um, my caveat to any numbers is who's throwing him the ball over
Yeah, that's how I'm seeing things right now.
like over his career. He had Anthony Richardson. He had because who was it last year?
Oh,
Uh,
Patriots just signed but somebody. Draymond Jones to a 3-year, $39 million contract.
Interesting. Eric Stokes.
That's from Jordan Schultz.
Eric Stokes is going back to the Raiders on a 3-year deal, 30 million.
Yes.
So that's a move. He was an interesting piece. He wasn't super flashy. I mean, that's the whole reason why he moved from, or the Packers didn't keep him last year. He's pretty young though, so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, he's gonna be what, corner two, with the addition of Taron Johnson. I figured Taron Johnson would be the number one guy. Oh, I'm gonna find a different. I look for a different tracker because this one is
Yeah. Falcons
slow.
are signing wide receiver Olamide Zacchaeus. Yeah.
Lamade Zacchaeus. Yeah, the
Zacchaeus, not Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus.
yeah, he's gonna be
Yeah.
an interesting return. He's just gonna be like a 3 or 4. It may like that's kind of what he's receiver 3 or 4. Um,
I still don't see how AJ Brown is still. Well,
there's no
AJ
rush to
Brown
get
to the
trades. That's the
Patriots.
thing.
Yeah. Do you think you go to the Patriots? Do you think you do that?
I mean, especially with Pierce off the board, he's
Makes
unavailable. He. I think the Patriots need someone. They could look to the draft and the receiver, even though they pick late, the receiver class is, I think, deep enough to get someone with some value. But you kind of want that number one. Yeah, Patriots, you mentioned, are working with Draymond Jones.
Patriots move on from Jelani Tavai, opening room for youth for the linebacker core. Yeah, Raiders cornerback Eric Stokes. Yep.
Those ones we've seen. So there's some of the first ones. See if anything else comes out here shortly. I might just go back to it's over here. No, over here. Just do this. And all right, let's see. So, well, again, the other thing is Dobbs is available, so Dobbs could potentially look to go towards the Patriots. I feel like the Patriots. I feel like Dobbs is potentially wide receiver one value in on a team where he gets like, where he can get that opportunity. I think he can be viewed in that way, but obviously there's concerns about health and stuff. So yeah, officially Patriots signed Draymond Jones 3 years, $39.5 million. Yeah.
Yep.
Which, like, is it's a piece. The Patriots do need edge help, but this is, or like a real big threat. Their defense was kind of stout, but didn't have like one major piece to it.
No, not really.
Oops. So it's one of those things. Let's see.
Yep.
Texans
Trent Williams.
resign Sheldon Rankins, so that is a move. Huh? What about Trent Williams?
I was just saying, yeah, they're just seeing the Ian Rappaport news about that, yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like for Kenneth Walker, the teams interested are Seattle, Commanders, Broncos, and Chiefs, is what I'm seeing.
Commanders, Chiefs, and who?
Broncos.
Broncos would be interesting. I would like to see what the Jags are gonna do.
Yeah, Jaguars specifically. I like seeing what they could possibly do with anything.
If they don't bring back ETN. Okay, what do we got? Steelers are re-signing Cole Holcomb to a 2-year, $5 million deal, so that's pretty cheap, which, I mean, he's going to be more of a role player. Jets
He'll probably pop up here in a second.
Are linked to Alex Anzalone or Devin Bush.
Fair.
So those are two that they're looking. They're linked to potentially. So those are going to be guys to look at. Team wise, looking from the team aspect of just who to expect moves from. The Raiders have so much money. They've cleared.
Yes, the Raiders have a lot of money right now.
Titans originally were like, oh yeah, they're going to be. Which, to be fair, I still think the Titans kind of have that Patriots from last year look, as like they're not the highest, not the most amount of cap space, but again, young quarterback, coming in with a new head coach who should be an upgrade over the guy that was there before. He's going to work there to develop him. And then you add on a lot of money. And roster's in a good spot, but they're potentially just going to shell out money to kind of fix that.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything about the Steelers
Uh,
player that you were just talking about?
yeah, Cole Holcomb. It was like a minute ago. I didn't see it on Twitter. That one was through ESPN from Tom Pelissero, um,
Okay.
which I guess is through X. So it would be on Twitter. It's just from Tom Pelissero, rather than.
I must have missed it or something because I don't see anything yet.
Yeah, that's the thing about Twitter is it's just kind of everything is everywhere, and I would.
Just refreshing as fast as I can just so I know everything.
Yeah, it's not. It can be tough with that. That's why, again, free agency trackers are nice because they pull the tweets and stuff and put them in there. At least ESPN does. Um, but
Yeah.
Twitter, you just get a little bit too much stuff that I'd rather not see everything of. Um, see, nothing else new. But yeah, Raiders. After moving on from Geno and then dealing Max Crosby, jumped way up in cap space. They're up to 111 cap space, million in cap space, which is ridiculous. Although I don't know if that counts.
It is kind of ridiculous.
It takes into account the Eric Stokes re-signing, but that's going to be 10 mil a year. That's not going to be a huge dog. They should still be over 100 million. They have a lot of room to revamp that, and I still, because of that, I still really like the Rashid Shaheed move for them. They have the money to pay him a pretty good amount of money. Pay him a pretty penny. Seahawks have a good amount of money too, but
They have plenty of money. They just need to be smart about everything.
Raiders can blow, like, Raiders can have a kind of Christian Kirk kind of like wide receiver
Trade.
market like rework when the Jaguars paid, was it 70 mil for Christian Kirk, and he's not even like the top guy. Obviously, I think Rashid Shaheed is a higher caliber player than Christian Kirk was at the time, but I think that he could garner that if he does match with the Raiders. Because again, Alec Pierce making 28 million a year, $116 million deal. Rashid Shaheed could see that pretty easily, even if he's not viewed in the same category as Alec Pierce. It's just like Raiders can, if they really want to. Again,
Cornerback Monteric Buster Brown is staying in Jacksonville on a 3-year, $33 million deal.
Interesting.
According to Adam Schefter. Oh, that was a few hours ago, actually. I missed that one.
I did not see that one either.
The fact that the Dolphins are going to have to deal with $99 million in dead cap is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Just
kinda
kind of.
Just a wee bit.
That's gonna make. See, the Dolphins are gonna be in such limbo that they might have to look at taking like a Ty Simpson in the first round, just because.
They might have to.
How are they gonna make space? Like Tua's gonna eat up so much cap. They're gonna be probably not in a great place to make any move for a quarterback. Seahawks are just, Kenneth Walker is signing with the Chiefs. Uh-oh.
What happened?
Kenneth Walker, according to Tom Pelissero, is signing with the Chiefs. So.
Why did you let him walk?
So that's
Seahawks.
gonna be fun. Well, okay, here's the thing though. This, I think, while this is concerning, it could have been worse, because I think as far as the Chiefs getting a running back, the most concerning option would have been them getting Jeremiah Love in the draft. So
True.
this probably foregoes that, which I'm like, okay. Um, Honestly, like I'm not surprised that they went after him. I almost expected them to go after like a Rico Dowdle though. Uh, but then that's me going off of what they've done in the past and valuing the receiving aspect. But Kenneth Walker, I mean, I think it's a good signing for the Chiefs. As he's one of the top running backs in this free agency class, and
Yeah, no wonder why Travis Kelsey stayed.
I think he. I mean, I think he was going to stay regardless. But
Okay, but you also have to remember, who do the Chiefs have on defense? Chris Jones and
well, their cornerback room has thinned out a little bit
worst.
because we're also seeing Jalen Watson hit free agency unless they re-sign him. Um, so yeah, they're gonna be in an interesting spot, but I think they definitely needed a running back, and I think Kenneth Walker did make a bit of sense as much as I didn't want to see him go there. They still got O line issues, and they're gonna have to work on some stuff on defense. But this is definitely a step in the right direction for them. I'm curious to see how much, because if it's south of 10 mil, it's gonna be a bit of a head scratcher. But I mean, it also could be like he's willing to take a smaller deal to play with someone like the Chiefs. You don't really know where his motivations are at. You know, he might just be
Yeah.
ring chasing again, going after a ring yet again. But I can't say I'm surprised that the Chiefs wanted to go after someone who's won Super Bowl MVP. He won Super Bowl MVP. Bring him to the Chiefs. We like us some Super Bowl MVPs. Um,
Dude, I'm just.
but-
Do we have something different in the AFC? I feel like we're just repeating the same story for like the last 25 years. It's either Chiefs or Patriots, and we can't escape.
I don't think Kenneth Walker is enough to like that's not a fix. I will say that for sure.
But you damn well know that Mahomes has done this before. He's done this when they were playing. What was it, the Eagles, the first time in that Super Bowl? That offense carried that entire team, the entire year, and that's all they needed. It's the same thing again. I feel like we're just repeating history at this point.
I
Where
the Chiefs
I
are
just want something new.
the Chiefs are still like they we knew they were going to go out and get a running back. They weren't going to be like
Yeah.
Pacheco walks, they're not they're you know that they're
That's
going to
the
go
thing.
get
It's just
someone.
like you don't.
I love this cuz I had a long conversation with my boss what was it 2 days ago about just like football and the Chiefs cuz he's a Chiefs fan. And he just texted me about, hey, it's just like, hey, guess they don't need Jeremiah Love anymore. We got Kenneth Walker. Now we need receivers and linemen. I'm just like, yeah, very true. Um, yeah, Kenneth Walker, he's gonna help a lot with that running back room. Chiefs needed a guy, and
That's true. They were gonna pick up Jeremiah Love the first time or the
well,
first chance they could get. So,
and this is why I'm
which is
not.
fair.
I know I really want to see the compensation because this is why I think they make a move like this. Jeremiah Love, I don't, I genuinely don't think he would have made it to 9 in the draft. Like, I know we haven't talked too much about draft stuff, but I don't think Jeremiah Love was gonna make it to 9. I don't think he was gonna make it to 10 for someone who wants that. What is?
Yeah, for that capital and everything. Yeah, my Twitter kind of crashed. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else a little bit.
Well, my ESPN's having issues now. But yeah, I'm curious to see how much they pay him. But Giants also made an offer for Kenneth Walker. Interesting. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a good tandem, but and you'd probably put Scatterboo at 2, but that's interesting. Um, yeah, teams like the Chiefs, like I think looking at the draft as I know it right now, the furthest down that Jeremiah Love would fall, in my eyes, is 8 to the Saints. Because I think if he gets to 8, Saints aren't moving. They're not going to budge. They're going to take Jeremiah Love, who's a game changer, and is probably going to be the guy to take over for Alvin Kamara because he's aging. He's not his old self, and they've not found anyone yet to replace him. So I could have seen, anyone saying like Chiefs or Bengals would get Jeremiah Love. I'm like, I don't see how 8 teams pass on him. I can see how one team does, and that would be the Raiders. That I can for sure see. But other than that, he's a mix for anywhere from 2 to 8. So that'll be the thing that's gonna shift stuff around is, who takes who, and that's gonna open up who might look more towards Jeremiah Love. Who, like, if we see a team like, I could even see a team like the Titans who have guys. I could see them making a move for him. Lots of Kenneth Walker. No number, no value for him yet though, which is interesting. So I'm curious to see where this goes. But it is still fairly quiet. I mean, again, you get the Kenneth Walker one, which is kind of the big one. Alec Pierce signing, but as far as players on the move, Kenneth Walker is pretty much just is the only big one.
Yeah, he's the only.
But I mean,
he's the only big one that I've seen besides that and a couple of...
We are only half an hour in, and these teams do have to.
What was his money contract? Do you know, for Walker?
There's no numbers that have been released yet. Cade Otton is returning to Tampa Bay. Okay, interesting. But again, you're not gonna see it. There's stuff that's going to take a little bit of time with these deals because obviously it's pretty hard for stuff to happen instantly. It's more you gotta give these teams a chance to actually call and make their offers, and the players have to weigh their options. So, at the moment, I expect it more to pick up like over the next hour and a half. But yeah, I again with Kenneth Walker, I think that's going to be a nice addition for the Chiefs. It gives them kind of a legitimate running back. They're going to need to obviously still work on O-line and weapons, because O-line isn't in a great spot. No matter how much you want to talk down Isaiah Pacheco, how he was the past 2 years, part of that is the O-line. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them. I don't know if the Chiefs are gonna look to the draft or free agency for a receiver.
Yeah, because I'm just talking to Nolan right now. Like,
I bet he's
pumped.
He
has to have asked for a lot of money.
He doesn't though, because the whole appeal to a team like the Chiefs is, hey, let's go win a ring, and that's what a lot of these guys want. He could have gone for just a big deal, and he does kind of have that leverage over the Chiefs. But it's what does he value, and like what's his number one thing? There are some people who just want to go play with Patrick Mahomes because like he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's like who it's hard to say for any team, like any player.
To say no, yeah.
Do you want to go
Which is
play with
fair.
Patrick Mahomes? No. But like,
What kind of
why not?
you
Why
insane?
would? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to go to
unless
someone
you have
who's?
unless you have got like personal beef with the guy, makes no sense.
Yeah, okay, you could say that, but I've seen like Eli Apple type deals where he goes and joins. Like all the time, I've seen people who are like, I don't like this guy. I'll go play with him though. Like at the end of the day, because it's all just basically business. Um, every player is gonna have guys they don't like and do like, but they're willing to put it aside to go and make money and win a Super Bowl. It is
I guess so.
the beauty of that. Um, moved out to sign elsewhere. We knew this. It's just gonna be interesting. Take a look. Let me try and take a look at who else is still available. I mean, obviously, it's quite the quite the list. Again, as we've only seen a couple guys move. Tyreek Hill's available. Trey Hendrickson's available. Trey Hendrickson, I think, is probably. I think he's a very curious one because we saw Khalil Mack agree to go back with the Chargers. He re-signed with the Chargers. Edge needy team. Like I feel like it just leaves like the Commanders and Bears maybe. Um, I could see a team like the Buccaneers going after him.
Oh, we just got the contract total for Kenneth Walker.
Oh, did we?
43 million?
Over how many years?
3.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
sorry, where did the okay, first of all, where did that money come for the Chiefs?
well
I
they
thought those
had
were
no they had like 24 million of available cap. Like they've been sitting kind of pretty for well not like pretty but they had space for sure. Um, but 43 million over 3 years, that is a decent running back contract. So he is getting paid. Um, actually, because if I look at running backs,
okay, now it's saying 45 million.
45.
I don't
So
know,
that
people need to make up their minds. People need to
40.
make up their minds.
That's in the 14 to 15 million a year, which for a running back is pretty good. Oh,
True,
interesting.
especially in this NFL economy.
Jalen
What?
Watson, former Chiefs corner, is uh not agreeing. Is being looked at by the Chargers. Where's this going? Uh, no, with the Rams. So the Rams are just poaching the Chiefs corners. They take Jalen Watson and then they take Trent McDuffie. So, hmm, interesting. Commanders made an aggressive push for Alec Pierce. Apparently, that's interesting. Interesting. New England was in the race. That doesn't surprise me. But yeah, Chiefs. Two Chiefs corners going to the Rams. They're gonna have.
Oh, did they go to the Rams?
Yeah, Jalen Watson went to the Rams. Um, so that
Is this the Kansas City Rams now?
that's what I'm saying. I think that's gonna help a lot though, because the Rams' big thing was like your offense was scary. Your defense was kind of, it had its moments, but
Yeah.
you had a really good corner, and then you had Jalen Watson, who is a
Hmm.
very serviceable corner. Um,
Yeah.
and now you
Yeah.
suddenly have a pretty scary. They still have some pieces I think they need to add through the draft and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty
Yeah.
good.
Because
Good
what
team.
is it? So a couple things to comment on it. Yeah, you're right about Kenneth Walker being pretty well paid for a running back because he's fourth right now in pay. So he's what 14.35 million a year. Derrick Henry is 15, McCaffrey's 19, and Barkley is 20.60 million. So that's not too bad. I guess I
Yeah,
didn't really.
he
I keep forgetting that the running back market is just kind of like screwed, honestly,
yeah
because like they're not
running backs don't
well.
make a lot, but it is pretty
It's not
decent
terrible.
money for him.
Yeah, that's not
Um,
terrible. And then oh, what was I gonna say? Something regarding what you said.
about
I forgot.
Watson, Watson and the Rams, or
No, it was something different. Maybe it was nothing you said. I don't remember.
oh, no.
But yeah. I mean, oh, that was what it was. Yeah, Chiefs are gonna have to draft hella defense this coming draft because like you're losing all your key pieces now with Watson going to the Rams. Like, what do they do at defense?
The thing is, they just have such a knack for developing corners that if it's not someone on the roster, they'll end up drafting someone down the board that will get them. And again, they have two first round picks, so and one of them is a top 10 pick. Yeah, one a top 10 pick and a. But I love the dichotomy of like, there's the Rams who are like, yeah, we don't want our first round picks actually, and then there's the Chiefs that are like, we want to feel like we were at least close to a Super Bowl. Let's trade
Yep,
for the 29th overall pick. And
exactly.
it's just they're like, well, yeah, we're used to picking way back in the draft. I don't know how this works. Laramie Tunsil gets an extension with the Commanders. Jalen Phillips is going to the Panthers for 120 million over
Really?
4 years.
That's actually
Okay,
really good for Carolina. Good for
that's an
Carolina.
edge piece. That's I wasn't thinking. I mean, again, they're
I'm
paying big money for
surprised.
him. That's 30 million a
Yeah,
year. So I bet
but still, like
the
that's
I
pretty
bet the money
good.
was pushing it a bit for him. But um, yeah, Panthers were. I don't know if this is updated based off of that or not. Panthers had. I think they were about 40 million before. I think this is taking into account the deal that just happened because now it says they're down at like 9 million. Um, but yeah, 120 million dollar deal for the Panthers, 80 million guaranteed, and a guy who got a second chance with Philly, and I mean, hey, it upped his stock clearly. But as someone who was very grateful for a chance to get to Philly, I guess is grateful for basically increasing his stock going into the new contract. So yeah, Jalen Phillips. So here's the question: Are we've said this for a few years? Is the NFC South going to actually be competitive? Are we actually going to see a good
Probably
NFC
not.
South? Panthers, they win
But
the
maybe the
division.
Panthers might do it. Panthers
It's
might do it.
you get another year under Ted McMillan. Maybe Leggett also takes a step forward. They're gonna have to figure out something at running back for sure. It could be bringing back Rico Dowdle, but eh. Oh, okay. The Colts are sending Michael Pittman to the Steelers. That's a trade. That okay.
Why?
Well, I mean, you bring back Alec Pierce. It's clearly you're committing to
Yeah, I
Alec Pierce,
guess.
but
I guess.
uh I mean,
So Pittman goes to the Steelers, huh?
so Steelers. I'm curious what this compensation is gonna be. I could see like a second, maybe
It's gotta
third.
be a. I was gonna say, it's gotta be a hella good compensation for what they got.
Because Pittman wasn't. I mean, there wasn't any rumors of him moving. From what I'd seen, but again, obviously, there's lots of unexpected things that go on in the league. So Michael Pittman to the Steelers. This is honestly kind of really good for the Steelers. Obviously, again, what does Mike McCarthy do with it? Who's throwing the ball? There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
offensive issues with the Steelers, but you now have a wide receiver one and wide receiver two, legitimately, which is, I mean, when was the last time we've seen the Steelers with like two legitimate receivers?
Ever.
It's it's
It's,
been a
it's
minute.
probably what 2016, 17.
Well, I mean, with a
Last time they won a playoff game.
because what they went through the kind of cycle of AJ Brown, Juju, um,
The Steelers.
what other receiver? What other receivers did they have that didn't pan out outside of Pittsburgh? But
You mean Antonio Brown, right? Not AJ
oh,
Brown.
yeah, I meant Antonio Brown.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I was like, not AJ Brown. Yeah,
Antonio
because
Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Chase Claypool was another one.
Claypool was,
Where it's like,
where
and
did that guy? He
you
just kind of disappeared.
yeah, he they had some overlap with them, but like they were also guys that were like they're not. I think Antonio Brown was the only legitimate, really receiver that was like, yeah, he's actually the guy he looks like. But obviously his career was derailed. Claypool and Smith Schuster just were never quite the same. Chiefs were able to get some value out of
No.
him, but I'm so curious to see this compensation though. 'Cause he's just. Come, we already knew about that. That's gonna be interesting. What's what is he getting though? What is he worth? Because where are the Colts picking in the draft? Like I'm trying to think of like what the Colts could be. You have Josh Downs and you have um Alec Pierce, obviously. You just wouldn't paid him. Um, there's also a question of how much cap space is this gonna give you. So let me go look at the Colts real quick. Where is Indy? Oh, this is by division. So here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Okay,
no.
so you know how people are stupid on the internet.
Yes.
So the NFL posted Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs. Who's going to stop this offense? And then several people comment uh, uh, gifs of police cars.
Oh no! Don't make Kenneth Walker. I like Kenneth Walker. I don't want no, no. Don't let him be a bad. He's a good guy. Don't do that to
Don't
him. Don't.
don't do that to him, please.
Okay. I see. So Michael Pittman, his cap number was 29 million.
Yes,
So,
it was 29.
and then we saw Pierce was for how much was it? It was 4 years, 116. So
Yeah.
20, 29 million is like so they're basically doubled Pittman's contract to Alec Pierce, and you decide to move on from Alec Pierce or move on from Michael Pittman. Um, who do they have at receiver though? That's the question. Um,
Yeah, Jalen Phillips. Yeah, 120 million is crazy.
I mean, again, that's kind of just what edges are being paid. Like again, look at Max Crosby and what he's warranted. Like he's a major
Somebody
cap.
just said he is not worth that much. Shut up. Jalen Phillips is really good.
Again, Okay, Jalen Phillips, it's the same thing as Milton Williams last year. Is he worth top edge money? No. But when you are
No,
a
but he is
team
still good.
when you're a team like the Panthers that don't have a lot of appeal, you have to shell out extra money to keep him around. John Simpson is returning to Baltimore on a 3. All right. Malik Willis is signed
To who?
to the Dolphins. That was one of the two that we had talked
That was
about.
one of the two.
He follows Jeff
Who?
Halfley. I figured he was either gonna go play with the other LaFleur brother or follow Jeff Halfley. He's gonna
Yeah, we
he's
were.
he's gonna go and follow Jeff Halfley. I don't know where this money got. I don't know where they pulled this money from.
Don't know either.
I mean, I guess it's a little close. It's gonna be a 3-year, $67.5 million deal, 45 million guaranteed. So it is a little bit more than I expected, but it's kind of close to that 20 million range. It's gonna come in at 22 and a half a year, which again, a guy like this, just take a shot on him and see what can he do. It doesn't hurt, and maybe you bring in another, like an older guy, or bring in a later round rookie, and just see what they do. You probably plan to go with Malik Willis, but just have him try out. It's no different than when the Bucks originally brought in Baker Mayfield, and Baker and Kyle Trask competed for a starting job. It's not that much different. The difference is we know Baker worked out. Kyle Trask is nowhere to be seen. But yeah, I mean, I liked Malik Willis coming into the league, so I think this is a good fit. It's a decent move. It's one that I wanted to see either the Dolphins or the Cardinals make. Um,
Yeah.
People saying the Steelers, the Steelers don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is going to stick around. So how are you going to expect them to actually
Yeah,
make a
that's
move?
that's what I'm curious with because I don't know. Like they're building their wide receiver room, but
Yeah, and again, I think the receiver room help is needed and is very
oh,
useful.
it's been definitely needed. They desperately needed another receiver, but I'm
Okay,
curious to see what they do though. But the thing is that I don't trust the Steelers to do anything this next year because you have Mike McCarthy as your head coach.
I expect him to
No
probably
offense.
go. Well,
7-10.
no, I would say about 10-7. I think Mike McCarthy is a really good regular season coach. He generally does pretty well. Not notorious for doing anything in the playoffs anytime and time in the past decade, but I mean, again, the question is going to be, can like running back isn't horrible right now. Um, Cause what? Well, okay, that's a lie. The running back room isn't great because they got uh, as the Bears are signing Neville Gallimore to a 2-year, $12 million deal. So it's a little bit of a smaller one there. Um,
Yeah.
that one, and again, blew right past it. The Ravens signing John Simpson to a 3-year, $30 million deal. So they're bringing him back, which I'm going to be honest, that is not the lineman that I wanted them to bring back. I would have been fine with him leaving if it meant we had to keep Linderbaum, but Linderbaum remains on the deal. Okay. Speaking of Ravens, we had heard rumors that a Raven would follow John Harbaugh to the Giants. Uh,
Oh, here we
a
go.
lot of the rumors were Tyler Linderbaum, but it ends up being Isaiah Likely. So,
Fair.
Isaiah Likely
Fair.
to the Giants. I think they did need a tight end. Um,
They did. They
I
did
think their
because
top
they re-signed somebody recently.
their top guy. I think their top tight end was Theo Johnson, or it's Theo Johnson
Yeah.
and was it Bellinger? Um,
Hmm.
I because well, everything started rolling out. I was looking at the Colts receiver room, and I will say it is a little thin with Michael Pittman gone. I will add that. But looking at the Giants tight end room, uh, again, center's gonna be. They don't really have a center, so if they make a deal, that'd be interesting.
No.
Giants, they got some room, but I think getting likely, depending on how much they make here, I, I don't think they're. I think it's gonna be hard for them to get Linderbaum on top of that. So the double dip might not. Yeah, Daniel Bellinger and Theo Johnson were their top two guys for the Giants. Steelers giving Michael Pittman a 3-year, $59 million deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so his cap hit this next year was supposed to be, and I guess this is again like an extension. It's reworking it as an extension. It was supposed to be, I believe, a $29 million
Oh wow.
cap hit. So,
Yeah, likely with 47 million. Yeah, that's crazy.
oh, is it for? It's coming in at 47.
It's 47 million for 3 years.
Okay, so 47 for three, so you're getting just under 16 a million a year, which taking a chance on a guy who was a tight end too isn't surprising. The Vikings agreeing to a deal with former Steelers corner James Pierre, 2-year, $8.5 million. So they bring in a corner. Okay, I want to know. There's a bunch of stuff dropping, and it's like we've hardly even talked like Malik Willis.
No.
But like again, Malik Willis is big. He was, I think some people viewed him as the top quarterback. He is, I think, the most potential upside, but
Yeah.
is the least proven as far as a starting quarterback goes. Still got Kyler, still got Tua out there, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Again,
Yeah.
likely, I think is going to revamp that tight end room.
All right, Nolan, calm your butt.
What did we?
Yeah, I was supposed to say your defense is cooked, bro. I don't know what you're gonna
It's
do there.
it's not, to me. It's not even the the defense is not it's not gonna be great by any means, but it's your O line and your receivers. Like Mahomes still struggled to throw the ball to anyone. The only real threat you really have right now feels like just Rashee Rice, who constantly is in trouble. Your tight end room is it's solid. Obviously, Kelsey is becoming less and less of a number one, but Noah Gray has stepped up a bunch over the past couple of years. But like receiving threats, Worthy's fast, but he's not been much other than just fast. Hollywood Brown's gone, or at least he's testing. Juju, like your receiver room isn't great. Your only good guy there is constantly in legal trouble or injured.
Fair.
The
Oh,
lineman is also not great. We're talking Joseph Asai.
yeah, that's what I just saw.
Jets reached an agreement with Joseph Asai, 3-year, $36 million deal. This is not a big, so it's $12 million a year. It's not moving the needle a bunch. Second best corner. Yeah, you guys are gonna need somebody. Caleb Evans agrees to a deal with the Panthers.
You're now down to Christian Fulton. Yeah, I was about to say you're gonna need some corners.
Corner is gonna now your issues are corner. Your defense needs to get younger. Is a lot of it.
Oh,
So
easily, yeah. You've got you still have that old core when you started your dynasty, which is good, but also you need to reload. So it's just a matter of time.
If I'm the Chiefs, I'm trying to fix. First round maybe you pick up something on the offense, but I think other than that, free agency for offense, defense is going to be through the draft because they need to get young. Um, at 9, they could go out and pick up a lineman for sure. Um,
Bucks did something with Cade Otton.
they re-signed him. They brought or they're bringing him back. I've not seen numbers on it yet.
They're bringing him back. Okay. I think
Um,
things could look better at receiver with Bieniemy taking over. So see again. Heard.
yeah. So
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, even with that first round pick, you might as well just turn to defense at that point.
well, so at 9, which one are we? Because at number 9,
Oh gosh,
mumblings of
please
Trent
don't.
Williams. Yeah, that would be a big move for you guys if you could get Trent Williams. I feel like 9 is going to be a tackle for you guys. That or it's a defensive swing, like just absolute defensive playmaker and game changer. But
It has
otherwise,
to be. There's no way.
Saints signed John Ridgeway to a $66.2 million deal over 2 years. Wow, I cannot speak. But yeah,
Stick
Chiefs.
English.
Chiefs. They need a receiver that can come later in the draft. Um, they do need something in free agency though because they need someone along with Rashee Rice or when Rashee Rice is not there because who knows how much he's actually going to play this year with the way he is. Um, Caleb Downs. I mean, you could go after a Caleb Downs. I don't think that's top prior. Like I think he easily could fall to you. I don't think that's going to be top priority. Um, you have such a glaring like issue with O line. You also let Jawan Taylor go. Like you don't have a right tackle, or
Yeah.
was he playing left tackle? You don't have. You're missing a tackle. Um, the receiver room is thin as far as actual contributors. They still got a lot to work on. Yes, Bieniemy helps, and he can kind of get more out of smaller names, or as he's more known to do, just fast guys. Um,
Oh yeah.
you know who they should have looked at? They should have looked at getting Mike McDaniels. He knows how to work fast guys. Um, no, but I think it's a step in the right direction. He's definitely going to be an upgrade, but they still got a ways to go. I don't think this puts them getting Kenneth Walker again. Offense is going to be a little more scary. It's going to have two dimensions to it now, but it's still a ways to go to get to actual like back to peak contendership. Still got a little
Yeah.
ways to go for that. So,
Poor Jets without a QB.
Jets, ah, former Packer pass rusher Kingsley Enagbare is headed to the Jets on a 1 year, $10 million deal. So they get okay.
They're definitely not going to change much next year. I feel like we'll probably miss the playoffs again or sneak in. Yeah, I mean, you guys are probably going to be borderline in the playoffs, but
And the
that's
AFC
probably
West
not
is
gonna be
getting
the case.
the AFC West is getting so good. They might be like a 6 or 7 seed, but it's the Chiefs. They might be able to do enough with 6 or 7. Um, yeah, Jets going out and getting so they get Enagbare, but they also added Joseph Asai, and that begs the question because we saw them move on from Jermaine Johnson for Devondre
Yeah.
Sweat. We thought that might have been more of a nod towards a edge piece at 1 or at 2, or towards the top of the draft.
Mhm.
But you go out and get two guys. Maybe not. These could also be depth guys. At a 1 year, $10 million deal is not a hey you're our guy kind of deal. That's a hey we'll bring you in and see what you
Yeah.
can do, and he might get rotation, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, no, and you might you're definitely going to be back into contention, but I don't know for how long because you only have so much longer until Reed and Kelsey, pack up and leave. I know Mahomes is going to stay there forever because he's going to live and die being a Chiefs quarterback. But like, what are you going to do like after this next year?
Uh,
Because like Kelsey's only staying one more year.
yeah, it seems like probably just one more year for Kelsey. Um, get a backup QB. Um,
Yeah, your line is.
yeah, that's why we talked about it. Like, edge or O line is gonna be important. Mahomes, I don't know. Like, is there a rushing back to Mahomes? Because we know Mahomes has this like freak ability to recover from injuries way quicker than he should. Um,
Lindenmeyer for the Chiefs tonight on one. Not Lindenmeyer.
so I think Mahomes he might miss a couple weeks, but with his ability to recover from injuries is just ridiculous. So he could be back as soon as like week one. I wouldn't if I was the Chiefs, I wouldn't let him come back sooner than he needs to. Um, but yeah, that is a it's a start, but they still got a lot of work to do. Um, Titans agree to a deal with Mitchell Trubisky,
Really?
backup quarterback right there. Um, it's interesting. He's quarterback. Quarterback's gonna be interesting. I mean, obviously it's gonna be Cam Ward all the way, but they're working with what is it Brian Dable in Tennessee as the offensive coordinator. So we'll see what he can do. People already got Michael Pittman in. Um, got stuff of Michael Pittman in Steelers gear. Um, we did. I mean, we did talk about it like the opening while we were counting down the start of the free agency window opening. I love the Max Crosby deal. Um, a lot of people are saying that the Ravens got fleeced when they paid the same that the Packers played for Micah Parsons. So I don't fully understand that. I bet you're very happy that he's not in your division anymore. Demario Davis signs to a 2-year deal, 2-year, $22 million deal with the Jets. So, I saw. What was the thing? Was it even? I mentioned the thing earlier about the Jets looking for a linebacker, but was it even? I don't even know that Demario Davis was on that list. Let me scroll down and find this again. Um, if I can, jeez. But yeah, Max Crosby, I love it. I love the move. It's the carousel of old edges and young edges that don't live up to the hype. Um, yeah,
Yep.
it's you're
Yeah.
going out and getting a surefire guy on a defense that should be vastly improved with Mitzer at the helm. You pair him with Pittman, um, Hamilton. Sorry, I was looking at a thing of Pittman. Pair him with Hamilton, Roquan Smith. Again, maybe Matabuke, Nate Wiggins. I think the defense is going to be real scary, and strikes a lot of fear into Joe Burrow. So it's I have pretty good amount of faith in the offense or the defense being much improved. It's just going to be can the offense maintain some of that talent, like not maintain the talent, but perform at the level they used to before this last year. That was just where I don't remember where it was, but yeah, Jets do go out and get Demario Davis, so that is a move that was made. Austin Hooper going back to the Falcons on a 1-year, $3.25 million deal, so that's going to potentially might be his last contract. Teams that have been quiet, though. I guess they haven't been super quiet, but as far as acquiring new pieces, be the Raiders. Still
Yes, the Raiders.
not made any moves. Titans.
Patriots have been quiet. Bengals have been quiet. Who else has been quiet? Saints. Not really Buccaneers. Cardinals have been quiet.
They've been real quiet. I'm assuming they're talking some sort of quarterback, trying to figure out something with quarterback. And again, maybe they just take Simpson at the top of the second.
Yeah, Saints fans are going crazy right now on Twitter. They're just like, where are all these players going? We want some.
Yeah, I mean, hey, for once they're not in like absolute cap hell. They have 20 to work with.
Yeah, Demario Davis to the Jets.
Yeah, they get some linebacker help. They're completely. It seems like they're completely revamping the defense. And I think there's going to be quite a bit more of that in the draft for them as well. But getting some guys in there. I'm curious to see what they do at 2, because there's a lot of guys the Jets could take at 2. But
they just need a lot. Oh, Neville Gilmore signing a 2-year, $12 million with Chicago Bears.
yeah, that dropped. It was what, like half an hour ago?
Oh, was that you? Oh, shoot. Dude, there's like so much I'm trying to keep
20
track
minutes
of
ago.
right now. It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
I found ESPN.
Kyler Murray is signing with the Vikings.
No, who says who?
It says Benzo. I don't know who this guy is. Hold on. Need to make sure this is actually a
Yeah,
reliable source. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Yeah, I was about to say anybody could just
I could see Tua.
say stuff. Yeah, I was about to say Tua, but Tua's probably going to the Falcons.
Tua's gonna be the guy that's like, hey, our young quarterback, we don't really believe it. He's the kind of the proven guy that you can bring in and be like, maybe this will actually help us get over the hump. Kyler is a question mark. He's kind of more of a shot in the dark. It's kind of why I liked him in Miami. Is Miami's not in a place where they're like, oh, we need to win right now, but he's a potential like second chance guy to get, new team and a chance to prove himself. Kenneth Gainwell signed with the Bucks for 2 years and $14 million.
Oh.
That isn't too surprising. Playing behind the Bucky Irving. There we go.
Yep.
So let me see what's going on here.
Multiple teams have offered Mike Evans north of $27 million per year.
So if that's true, we're probably going to see Mike Evans' deal here soon, because it's him probably just deciding on which deal he wants. Kyler more than Tua.
Kyler more than Tua. Yeah, I do as well. It's just, I don't know.
Kyler has
Austin Hooper to the.
He's going back to the Falcons.
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. ESPN.
Well, yeah, he's very consistent.
Kyler does need just a new system. I think Kyler is more of a risk because, well, Tua, if he's not sustaining brain injuries, is a pretty solid quarterback. You know kind of where his baseline is. Kyler, it feels like we don't really know because we've seen him be great. We've seen him, but
Oh,
we've seen him
did,
struggle too. So
did you talk about Jordan Stout yet?
I have not seen on anything on Jordan Stout. No.
Jordan Stout has agreed to a 3-year, 12.3 million uh, to the Giants, according to Jordan Schultz.
Okay.
So you just lost your punter. Unless
Yeah.
that's not your punter.
I think that was
His
our
former
pretty sure
Ravens.
yeah, he was our punter last year. Um.
Okay, so then never mind.
Oh yeah, this is just dropped.
Yeah, like just dropped.
Yeah, this doesn't honestly. This actually is this makes the most sense. Is
Hmm.
Harbaugh getting a special teams player to follow him makes the most sense in the world to me. Um, yeah, I mean, he wasn't like he was a solid punter. Anzalone signing with the Buccaneers, so Buccaneers are getting
Mm,
new linebacker, 2 years, 17 million. Honestly, I think he could have gotten more.
he could have.
But goes to the Buccaneers. The NFC South is going to be interesting. I do think it's going to be. You're not going to see all four teams in the race. I don't think the Saints are going to be there yet. Obviously, not making a lot of moves, and I mean they're picking at 8. They're building cap space, but they are finally like resetting, and so I think this is going to be another year of kind of suck for them. Buccaneers. This feels like such like a. I feel like it's going to be either another 8-9 or 9-8 season for the Buccaneers. Potentially worse without Mike Evans there. And your receiver room's just a little bit thinner. But Igbuka's good. Igbuka is good. So Buccaneers have made few moves. Nothing splashy. Um, Available players still though. Oh, Reggie Gilliam, fullback, former Bills fullback, signs with the Patriots for 12 million over 3 years. Um,
Yeah. Or
so
Bucky Irving. Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. You already covered this one. Never mind. That's why I'm trying to update things as fast as I can.
I will say the additions from the Dolphins before everything opened up was quite interesting. Um, with the because or not the Chargers. Dolphins releasing Ingold, which was kind of surprising because been a pretty good fullback, but move away from him, bring in Ingold to Chargers. He follows McDaniels. Um, was a little interesting, and then they Chargers also signed Biadaz, the Commanders center who was released. They signed him as well, so Chargers kind of just picking up scraps before things really got moving. Um, so still waiting on a few things, but who else is available? Jawan
You were
Taylor's
kind
still
of
out
calm
there.
for a little bit.
It did after like 5 to 10 minutes of just chaos, of like 4 or 5 deals and big deals. Has tamed down a little bit. People are taking their lunch
Yeah,
breaks.
just a wee bit. Yeah, I was about to say
Um,
lunch break. Do we need to take our lunch break?
hey, I will probably in a little bit here grab something to eat,
I
but
am a, I am a little hungry. I do have pizza I can warm up, and I can just bring it in here. So
former Vikings punter Ryan Wright is signing a 4-year, $14 million deal with the Saints. The Saints did something. They got a punter.
They got a punter.
Yay.
I feel so bad for the Saints. They're stuck in purgatory.
But this is what they need. They need a year to just...
They do need a year.
A year of suck, build through the draft, and make cheaper deals and kind of just find your guy instead of the constantly trying to reload when you don't have enough of a team to reload around. So, Saints, they get something. We've seen...
Steelers fans thinking that they're back. Funny.
Well, 2 of the last 4 deals we've seen have been punters. One was a fullback, and then it's Alex Anzalone. It's like, okay. Jordan Stout. Okay, a little bit on that. His 12.3 over 3 is 4.1 a year. Makes him the highest paid punter. Although, yeah, that makes him the highest paid punter.
Yep.
So,
yes,
there you go. Again, I don't think he's the best punter in the league, but I do think he is a young.
No, but he's pretty solid.
He's a young and he's a quality punter for sure. He's not, AJ Cole, or Michael Dixon, right? Was the Seahawks punter, I think it was, who went off in the Super Bowl. I think it was Michael Dixon.
I believe it was.
They're gonna have to see some teams get new punters. That's for sure. Some already are. Why is it Michael Dixon? Am I right? Am I losing my mind? Yeah, Michael Dixon.
Twitter just likes to crash on me sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me pull up. Can I do this by position? All right, quarterbacks available. Ugh.
Tua is so dog water that the Dolphins are paid $99 million over the next 2 years to not have him play for them, and replacing him with a career backup for $67.5 million.
Career backup
I just realized. This is the NFL hate memes account. FYI,
yeah, that is about what I expected, because it's not really a career backup. He was drafted to be a starter, didn't work out in Tennessee, obviously, and then did well as a backup in Green Bay.
Yeah, he just didn't have the facilities or the staff to kind of elevate him a little bit.
Right now he's getting, again, it's the Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield nod of, hey, we're gonna bring you in on a smaller deal, like a big, basically like a, it's the in between of like a low starter to a high paid backup. It's that like limbo stage, and it's like, we're gonna bring you in, see, test run you, see if you're gonna.
That's all it is.
Because it's not gonna hurt too much if he doesn't pan out. No. Quarterbacks available that are actually interesting. The fact that this has Phillip Rivers in it is just wrong.
Why is Phillips Rivers? No. I just realized. Oh, our men's basketball team is number 11, unfortunately. That's sad.
Why? Huh? Why?
Because I thought we'd be top 10.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, it's just get to the dance. With a decent seed, Commanders are signing Amik Robertson, 2 years, $16 million. That should help, especially since they released Marshawn Lattimore. So it's not a big splash, but it is kind of a corner 2, corner 3, or a very solid corner 4. Who's still on?
Let's see what the internet's saying.
Oh, Bears are signing Kobe Bryant.
Oh.
Which is kind of big, because looking at their safety situation, they were looking at potential. What they're moving on from Kevin Byard, so
Hmm.
you get younger and you get a guy that just won a Super Bowl. Um, yeah, it's a decent move for them. That's gonna help out. Again, the question is gonna be edge for them. Are they gonna get anyone there? Um, some of the top available guys. Joe Mixon's available because he was released, but I don't know honestly who takes a shot on that.
Yeah.
ETN's still available. Dowdle's still available. J.K. Dobbins is available.
Mhm.
He's got so many injury concerns. Um, Kareem Hunt's available. He might be able to help someone out. Not a bunch of interesting candidates at running back right now. I mean, we saw the top guy go. Pacheco's available. No, but is that receivers available? Still have Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Demi Brown, Tutu Atwell, Curtis Samuel, Mike. I don't like the way that this sorts this. That's why I use this for this. Still nothing from the Raiders. Or really the Titans either. Which is interesting. Right, because they... If this will load... Oh! Okay. Assuming that this is real news. Looks like... Because I had just mentioned it, but I didn't realize that he was a free agent. I thought he was still under contract. Daniel Bellinger following Brian Dable to the Titans. Speak of the devil, I guess. Assuming that is real. Yeah, Titans have not done a whole lot here. So they've been a little quiet. Besides, if that is actually for factoid, but I guess I can check this and see, is he actually... Yeah, he was a free agent, so he was available.
Did you talk about Amik Robinson already?
Yeah, I touched on it. It's not nothing too major. It's kind of a depth thing.
It is a depth thing, so that's what I was asking.
It's hopefully the Commanders realizing that they need to just get young talent and probably draft. They need to do some building through the draft. They pick at 7. They pick real high at 7. They could get a lot of guys. They could go again another team they got a lot of holes to fill. And maybe they literally just trade back, but even at number 7 they could get a good edge. Get a really good edge there at 7. Commanders they did extend Laramie Tunsil. So you're gonna have your left tackle still for a little bit, but maybe looking at the rest of the O-line at the top of the draft could be pretty useful. And again, they're such an old team, and they need to get young. That is what they need to do. This is just not accurate. That's why I use
Jalen Watson, Meek Robertson.
Okay, let's see. Okay, this has available guys. Cool. Still nothing on a lot of these guys. Let's see. Interesting. So we're waiting on some bigger names to maybe make some moves. The quarterbacks are interesting. Tyler Linderbaum, I expecting something with him probably the next. I don't know how many. I'm assuming he's getting calls. I would imagine.
I would assume so. I would assume so. I don't know if this is true. Do you talk about James Pierre?
Yeah, James Pierre signing with who is it? Vikings?
Vikings for 2 year. That's right. Just making sure. Just there's a lot of accounts on Twitter that are just like can't tell if this is spam or.
I don't like relying on Twitter too much unless it's from an accountable source. The issue is it's so hard to pick.
That's usually what I look for too, is the specific names that I am familiar with on Twitter. That's why I don't take some stuff too seriously.
Yeah. Okay. Here's something we got. It's the update on the Kobe Bryant Kobe Bryant deal is 3 years, $40 million. Another punter. Falcons are signing former Dolphins punter Jake Bailey for a 3-year, $9 million deal. So, I think this puts in kind of scope what the whole Brandon Aubrey thing, because I think Brandon Aubrey is trying to get $10 million a year.
Yes.
And you're getting punters who are making, the highest paid punter is 12.3 million over 3 years. So, but again, yes. Brandon Aubrey's been the guy in the NFL. He's one of the best. So, can't say I'm surprised he's looking for the money. Lions are signing center Cade Mays. Former Panthers center. That is something that I meant to inquire about, was what is up with the Lions? And it seems like their O-line is trying to jump ship of all things. And
which is kind of wild.
We always have a few teams where it's it feels like everybody's I won out, and we think that there's something
Lions
wrong
of all teams. That's surprising.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do there, but they're bringing Cade Mays. He's been in.
Cade Mays.
Yeah, that's the latest news. Everybody's on their lunch break. Let's see. He's been in the league since 2022. I don't even know if he was. How he grades on their. Here's what I'll do.
All right. I got some Sauce Gardner tweets. His first one 4 days ago was, should I lock Alex Pierce in my basement and force him to sign the contract papers? And then he reposted earlier, it worked chat.
Yeah. Which honestly, Honestly, I'm surprised it did. I did really think he was gonna walk. uh,
Yeah, Kobe Bryant to the Bears. That's
yeah,
crazy.
3 for 40 million. That should be pretty helpful. Um, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you've been paying too much attention to this outside of just free agency news, but uh, as some people know, the Titans are rebranding. Um, they're getting a new logo, new uniforms, and everything, and they're actually planning to drop their uniforms on the 12th or 13th. And
Have they posted their new logo already?
I don't know if it's the confirmed one, but there is a logo out there. Some people don't like it.
I don't like it at all. It looks
I
awful.
I like the color scheme, and like I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a circle. You do whatever. It you compare it to like the Steelers, where it's like it's the Steelers logo is not. It just doesn't carry obviously the like nostalgia to it, but I don't hate it. It is a little simple for my taste. It seems like it's missing something. Um,
Just make like a helmet or something for like a Spartan or whatever it is, because like Titans are based off of the what the Greek lore. Is that what they were trying to do?
um, I
I don't know.
think,
I feel like they could have done better.
I think it's a little too simple, but
Yeah, that's what
they
I'm saying. It's way too simple.
yeah
Just don't have anything that.
they could add a little something to it, but no, I don't think it needs to be like complete. I do like the seal. A lot of people are just complaining that they took the fire away, and I'm like, the way the fire was used was it was very old school. Or old school is like 2000s, 2010s. Um,
Hmm.
But no, I just bring that up because someone said, "What if the Titans are waiting to drop big free agent news with their uniform release Thursday?" they're just waiting,
Could.
guys. They're just waiting.
Waiting for the right moment to strike.
All right. Okay, Falcons sign Nick Folk to a 2-year deal. Some more special teams. Nick Folk
Mm.
is 41 years old, so
Oh my
that's
gosh, he is 41. I forgot he's been around for a long time.
he's been around for a while. He had a really good year with the Jets this last year.
Yeah. He did.
So, fair enough for the Falcons. Not, I think, the news the Falcons wanted to hear, but they have a new kicker and punter.
Where did they go?
There you go. Um, yeah, let's see. Any news that I've missed? Grading Walker deal. Jordan Stout and Zelani. I'm not seeing anything that we've missed so far. Um,
Yeah, it's just kind of died down a little
rumors
bit.
rumors are the 49ers. There's rumors of the 49ers reaching out to former Bears corner Nashawn Wright. So
Hmm.
that is something. Um, I've not seen anything actually confirmed on the Bellinger news, which came from a not as reliable source. So I wouldn't be surprised um, to see that not work. But I'm trying to find stuff on Cade Mays if I can. Hello, Cade Mays. Just want to see how he's graded. 126. Eh, this isn't gonna allow me to
I
look at
forgot
this.
that Michael Pittman Jr. is a fisher, so he's caught like all these crazy fish and everything. Pretty cool.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be close to a lake. That's for sure. Um, some little new news. Uh, uh highlighting that. So, oh, I don't even know where to start with a lot of these. A lot of teams with a lot of turnover. Seem like they might be making moves again. I'm kind of surprised. We've heard nothing from the Titans except for punter. I think some pop up. Brees posted something talking about how much money the Jets have with all of the deals they've been making, which again they've made what, three signings so far. Okay, so this is confirmed. This seems to be confirmed that the Titans did sign Daniel Bellinger. So, yeah. But yeah, aside for the Jets, it's acquired Fitzpatrick today, and then got signed to Davis and Osai on top of that. And Enik Bari is also Enik Bari. So they're completely revamping their defense. Throw T'Vondre Sweat on there. Lots of room for shifting. I want to look at the Raiders. Show me the Raiders. Yeah, I haven't missed anything. They just have not signed anybody. They traded for Taron Johnson and they traded away Max Crosby, and that's their entire. Well, they did re-sign Eric Stokes, I guess. Counts for something. Yeah, these teams with a lot of money have been a little quiet. I don't imagine that will last for too long, and I do expect. I do think we're going to see a big deal made by one of them. Commanders, I think, are going to make. Commanders have quite a bit of money as well, but just have mostly been making smaller deals. Acquisition of. Well, this doesn't even have it on here, but obviously Amik Robertson, and then extending. That just is reinforcing that they're being old. I'll be honest, if they have another down year, I think this is Dan Quinn's last year with the Commanders. If I'm being frank.
Frank.
So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But other teams have a bit of money. New England. Draymond Jones is about the only move they've made. Gone real quiet. Definitely room for. I said it's gotten a little quiet.
Free agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
I mean, hey, if you want to go grab some food, I can hold over while.
I was about to say, yeah, we can trade off and continue to look at news. I'll go warm up my pizza and I'll be back.
All right, we're gonna go solo box over here. Not that one. This one. There we go. Solo box. While he goes to get food. Nothing much. Jets have been making splashes though. That is for sure. You know who hasn't been making any splashes is the Cincinnati Bengals, who need something. Why? Oh, I still have the Jets on. That's why. They've re-signed some guys. They're a team that needs to get some on defense. Browns are in so much trouble with the Deshaun Watson stuff, obviously. Steelers, I'm going to be honest, I actually don't hate what the Steelers have done so far. Again, coaching is going to be the main question for them, but I like the acquisition of Pittman. Holcomb on a cheap deal isn't very nice. They definitely going to have quite a bit to still work through, though. Kenneth Gainwell's gone. I believe they still have Jalen Warren, but well, he picked a great time to leave the. Shoot. Tyler Linderbaum is headed to the Raiders. 3 years of $81 million. So he will be making $27 million a year, $60 million guaranteed. Yeah, we're waiting for them to do something. They did something, and they still got so much room to work with. But they were. Seems like they were really going for. I mean, I know Linderbaum was going to be one of the top guys in the class, regardless. So it's not surprising to see that kind of be have taken some time to work through. Raiders roster. Let's take a look at the roster. Where are they at currently? Let's look at the Raiders. Look at the Raiders. As I will refresh this. One more. Twitter's just not helping me whatsoever. If I just do this. What is a reliable source? The Cardinals have done something. They signed Tyler Algier. Interesting. Cardinals were a team I considered that might look towards Jeremiah Love, but you stack him up with James Conner. It gets a little crowded for someone like Jeremiah Love, so it's another team that might be out on Jeremiah Love in the first round. He's a reliable number 2. I have concerns about where I like James Conner as a running back, but he being a workhorse and not having I mean, it's a move. I think with Kevin Stefanski it'll help a lot. I think that will be very beneficial to him, but what's James Conner's looking like? What's his deal looking like? Because I think coming off this injury puts a lot of questions as far as his longevity. His contract is up after this next year? So yeah, addition of Tyler Algier, it's a solid depth guy. It doesn't really fix it, but it does give them some security in the running back room. But Tyler Linderbaum, that's the big one. A lot of people had him as the top free agent of the class. And so Raiders, they use the massive amount of cap space to good use and go out and get a guy for sure. It's gonna help revamp that O line and give some protection to what we imagine is going to be Fernando Mendoza. It's going to help Ashton Genty get some running lanes. God, they're going to pair him with Jackson Powers Johnson, who has been kicked out to guard, I believe, the past year or two. No longer playing at center. Now you have a center. Their interior O-line is looking pretty solid. It's a good. I like it for the Raiders. Stuff over there. Stuff over there. Stuff over here. Yeah, let's take a look at the Raiders O-line right now. Raiders O-line. Yeah, so you had Colton Miller at left tackle. Just a very good tackle. You have Jackson Powers Johnson, right guard. You throw Linderbaum at center. Then you have Parham and DJ Glaze at left guard and right tackle. Parham's even pretty solid. I definitely don't mind him. Cowboys have been in contact with Arizona safety Jalen Thompson. Yeah, it's a safety. It is a defensive piece that the Cowboys are in need of. So that is for sure. Not seeing too much extra right now. Jeez, yeah. Seeing stuff about Malik Willis, obviously, but you know what? Send Romeo Doubs should go to the Dolphins and play with Malik Willis. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, Linderbaum, Raiders, we've seen it in years past. We've said it again and again and again. Oh, they're actually going to be contenders this year. They're not. Again, their defense, yes, is going to take a major step back with Crosby gone. That's going to hurt for sure. But well, I feel like we're going to see... I mean, we might see a Raiders defense that's just really bad. But they're doing a lot right on the offensive side of the ball. Oh, is he back? You missed it. It was about like a minute or two after you left. Tyler Linderbaum is a Raider. They did do something.
All right, here we go.
So.
Right now I can hear you.
Oh, you couldn't hear me.
Yep.
Yeah, the Raiders
Anything?
went and signed Tyler Linderbaum, so they have done something.
Really?
Yep,
Okay.
they have very much shored up their interior O line and just in general have built with Linderbaum, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Colton Miller. Those three I think are going to make that O line a pretty strong unit. So it's their first deal, but it's 3 years, 81 million. Should be really nice for him. Tyler Algier, again to the Cardinals, 2 years, 12.25 million. That's about
Yeah.
all that has happened
Okay.
so far. Um, Main report. Waiting on some other stuff to happen, but feel good too. I might also go grab some food real quick
Okay.
because I am hungry.
Hungry.
So
Hungry.
just give
Yeah.
me a minute. I'll set you back on main stage, and we'll do not this one.
Okay. I will turn on notifications for stuff. Let's see what else happens. Still got pizza to eat, but I will be on top of this stuff, guys. All right, let's see here. Anything? Yeah, Tyler Lindenbaugh, just saw the notifications for that, so checks out. Carter McGovern, big re-sign. So that must have just been recent. Daniel Bellinger, yeah. There's the re-sign that Will was talking about earlier. Bryant. Oh, Tyler Algier to the Cardinals. Didn't see that one. I don't know if Will saw that or not. Oh, Kendrick Bourne is in the mix with a few others. Dolphins, Cardinals, and 49ers. See here.
Not seeing a whole lot right now, unfortunately. Oh, ETN is signing with the New Orleans Saints. Ooh, that could be fun. I wondered where he was going to go. What's the contract? I'll have to tell Will when he gets back here. I guess we weren't too far off from the ETN trade or signing because we had originally predicted ETN going to either in division or AFC West or NFC South. But excuse me. Yeah, Broncos have not done anything whatsoever, I've noticed. I don't know what's going on, but still haven't done anything. What was it? Wandale Robinson to the Titans. That must have been recent. ETN to the Saints. Interesting. So we had a couple new ones. ETN, Wandale Robinson. You missed some pretty big news.
I
ETN is going to the Saints.
Yeah, that is. I mean that shakes things up.
Yes, it does. And then Wandale Robinson's going to the Titans.
Wanda Robinson, another giant following Dable to the Titans. So Dable is gonna get to use Theo Johnson and Wanda Robinson, yet again, and I mean I think it's good for Ward. Um, they're not.
Where's some help?
Yeah, they're not huge names, but it's at least it's someone that Dable knows how to use them. Go through Cam Ward to teach them how to do them too. Robinson, he's a nice gadget player though, as far as like a true, like just true valued receiver. It's a little tough to say. I'm seeing here. Apparently, there are some rumors. Raiders are. I thought this was kind of how they were doing it, anyways. Raiders are, but they're confirming they're not moving on from Jackson Powers Johnson. They're gonna push him out to guard, keep Linderbaum at center. But apparently, some people thought they were gonna just give him away. Kyrus Tonga is going to the Chiefs. Um, so Patriots defensive tackle. They get a little bit of help on the interior D line, which, with an aging Chris Jones and weak everything, is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea indeed. So,
I thought I saw something with the Cardinals, but I'm not sure if I saw that right.
well, there was obviously the Tyler Algier acquisition, but they also
Yeah, there's something else.
there's the Cowboys are looking at former Cardinals safety Jalen Thompson. Yeah, Dallas is looking at Jalen Thompson, who was from the Cardinals. I don't know if that's the other thing you saw. So yeah, NFL rumors. We'll see. Is there anything on the horizon? Let's see. This doesn't help. This is not an actual news. Yeah, this doesn't help at all. But yeah, Saints getting ETN, that is big. Okay, here. Falcons are signing Jahan Dotson for a 2-year, $15 million deal. So there's another piece. He's a nice slot and wide receiver 3. So pairing him with I mean, to me it's kind of in the same realm as what they've had with Zacchaeus, what they had with Ridley. I guess Ridley was better when he was there. But Zacchaeus, Darnell Mooney, it's kind of just like that. Hey, he's a pretty solid number 2, maybe even number 3 guy, but not need a true complement to Drake London, I think.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting a call. Hold on a second.
All right, we'll go back to the solo cam. There we go. So we got this some news here with the John Dotson. Trying to find some rumors as well. Not finding much though. NFL Twitter's not been helpful much at all with this. Okay. Well, this is where this gets interesting. The Wan'Dale Robinson acquisition is a 4-year, $78 million deal. So it's 19 and a half, $38 million guaranteed. So not a lot guaranteed, but it's a pretty sizable deal for a guy that I didn't think was gonna be viewed as highly, but again, you like your guy, you're gonna try and keep him around. So yeah, for sure. Oh, he's back. Hold on. Ooh.
Wee.
Yeah. So news on the Wan'Dale Robinson deal came out, and it's a 4-year, $78 million. So 4-year. 4-year 52 for ETN. So that's 13 a 13 no. 13 million a year. isn't too bad. I mean, honestly, that kind of just feels like a Alvin Kamara reset. I think he's got a lot more physical force to him, but he's got a good he's a good receiving threat. I'm really surprised that he moved on so easily. Like unless
Yeah, me
something
too.
with the Jaguar, because he seemed like he really enjoyed playing with Trevor.
Mm.
I didn't expect those two to split up at all, but I guess if the Jags didn't have any interest in bringing him back, um, then that's the only thing I can think of where he just ups and leaves. I mean, I guess he could just really want his bag, but that was one of those connections I thought was gonna kind of stick. Jags, I mean, to be fair, they are not in a strong position to make moves. Um, that is for sure. So it's gonna be. It's a little bit of a running back carousel, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, what kind of pizza do you have? I must ask.
Oh, I had leftovers from Mellow Mushroom.
Really? What kind?
Yeah.
What kind of pizza?
Uh, well, I was splitting it with my girlfriend, and we had was it a bacon and Italian sausage? Build your own. So,
Nice, nice, nice.
yep, it's good.
Very, very nice. No, mushroom is good. Good pizza. Good pizza. Um,
Good pizza. Yeah.
ESPN is breaking. Oh, and it fixed itself. At least it knows how to fix itself. Yeah, but getting a
I
little.
did see. What is it? I did see some people talking about the Dolphins ending up being like the best worst team to watch in the sense of you got Malik Willis, if like Achan and a couple other people still say it could be a fun team to watch.
Willis could, if Willis actually turns out he could be really good. I think he has a pretty high. I think he has a high upside. He just needs to really develop. Achan's a good running back. You have Waddle still. The offense has some potential. Okay. Saints are making another move. They are signing former Bills guard David Edwards, who was, I think he was the one who was released.
Building the trenches.
Yeah, building the trenches. But that's gonna be, that should be pretty helpful for the Saints there. Give Shuck some protection, but all right, now you get a little more. I think they still need to work with their O line. I think their O line has a lot of holes.
Oh yeah, easily.
It's a 4-year, $61 million deal, so it's a pretty sizable one. It doesn't surprise me. Edwards was probably going to end up getting paid somewhere, so can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, Saints. I mean, it looks like they're actually making an effort to be a competitive team now after ETN and Edwards. Gonna be some questions with the defense, I think. But I mean, let's take a look at this. Take a look at the Saints. If this will load. Giants released punter Jamie Gillen. That's not a surprise at all when they went out and got Stout. So he's going to be on the market. Um, let's see. Well, this just isn't updated at all, is it? Internet going slow.
I know, that's I'm trying to get this up as fast as I can. Yeah, I will say this though. I think almost every team has done something at this point. The Browns have still not done anything.
Are we talking with free agency or
In general?
just in the offseason? Yeah. Browns, I don't even know what you do if you're the Browns. You're not in a good spot cap-wise. Oh, there's also the Bengals.
No, they're in a terrible cap spot.
The Raiders have agreed to a term with a wide receiver.
Who did?
The Raiders.
Uh-oh. Who did they get?
Jalen Naylor. The Viking. 3-year, $35 million deal. He's probably going to come in as like a receiver 3. Well, he's a solid receiver 3. I still think they go out and get Shaheed. They'd get a lot of benefit from it. But that deal does get done. It does happen. He was leaving the top 100. Some good shifts.
Yeah, besides the ones that we just talked about, I have not seen anything else happen.
Now that's slowed down a little bit. But there's still plenty of interesting prospects, so it's just gonna kind of be whenever these deals get made. Apparently there might. I don't know if this is in the works or what. Elijah Vera Tucker might have something going on. Might be something going on there, according to CBS. But it is for sure died down. Naylor, I think it'll be, again, a solid addition for the Vikings, or not for the Vikings, for the Raiders. He kind of was a sneaky wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 option for the Vikings. I think putting him with Kubiak could be really useful. Nice guy. I think he mostly played out of the slot too, if I recall correctly. I can fact check that.
I believe so.
I believe that was the case. Jalen Naylor. Let's see. Who's gonna tell me anything?
So, I just realized, now with all these teams moving like running backs and everything, I'm curious who's going to draft Jeremiah Love.
Well, this is the thing is, the whole thing was like, yeah, I could see all of these teams taking a running back above like the Chiefs and the Bengals. And it's like, I mean, yeah, he's still a much more promising player than, well, Tyler Algier for sure, but like if I pull up draft order, I don't really think the Jets would do it. I don't think the Jets would go and take Jeremiah Love. But I mean, Raiders, you know what they're doing. Jets probably don't with tagging Brees Hall and having Braylon Allen. They're pretty set at running back. Cardinals
Mhm.
at 3 was like it's a little high, but you could, I think, getting Algier kind of pushes them in the direction of getting someone else at 3. Titans. Titans could. Um, Giants, a team who was looking into getting Kenneth Walker, could potentially take a swing there and try and do a 1-2 tandem of Love and Scadaboo, which would be interesting. Browns, I don't think
Mhm.
would. Commanders, I don't. It's not the biggest need, but it definitely would. He would definitely help, but I don't think it pushes the needle enough in the way they need. So right now, I really like because the Browns. I don't think the Browns go for him because they got the Judkins and who was the other running back they got? Um, I mean, again, you never know with like a tandem. Running back is one of those positions that
Yeah.
Samson. They got Judkins and Samson is
Oh,
what
yeah,
it was.
Samson. Yeah.
Um, so this isn't listing Judkins on here, which is weird. Um, but yeah, I don't think the Browns do. Again, Saints could, but eh. Commanders maybe, but like maybe if he's there and depending on who is there. But I don't think Raiders, Jets do. I think right now it's Titans, Cardinals, or Giants. So I think somewhere in the range of 3 to 5.
Mhm.
Like yeah, running backs aren't usually as highly valued, but he to me is one of those guys. It's like a top 5 guy. He could fall out of the top
Easily, yeah.
5, but I don't think he falls out of the. I don't think he falls all the way down to 9 or 10.
Mhm.
And again, I think getting Kenneth Walker, I don't think the Chiefs are like. I mean, it's again a running back is going to provide value at some point. It's just is it worth taking him at number 9 when you just got Kenneth Walker?
Yeah. It's not really that. It's not worth it if you're.
And you have so many needs. Um,
Yeah.
Former Falcons defensive tackle David Onyemata is headed to the Jets.
Mm. Okay.
So they've really amped up. They're really amping up their box. They've signed
Yeah.
3 defensive linemen, traded for another, and then they also acquired um, Demario Davis. So
Yeah.
they're building that box. Corners, but and it's not like big signings. I'll say that it's not like they're going out and getting
No.
like the top guys on the market, but if you want to talk like draft implication, it's like, what are they? What are they feeling if they're building up this D line so much? Do they keep building the D line through the draft, or do they use this as a caveat to go elsewhere in the draft? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
They do have 2 first-round picks though, so.
Mhm.
Jets are also a team of like best players available. Um,
Yeah.
take a look at some of the edges that are still available. Obviously, Trey Hendrickson, Hassan Reddick, Joey
Yep.
Bosa, Malcolm Kuntz,
That's
Leonard
right, Joey Bosa, yeah.
Floyd,
Yeah.
Jordan Key, Cam Jordan is available. Calvin Noy. I mean, it's Phillips is gone. No, he's not gone. I'm thinking of else. Odafe Owe, Aziz Ojulari, and Caleb Von Chason are a three that we could expect a deal with at some point. Josh Uche potentially. Boye Mafe potentially gets a look, but it's some of the bigger names that I'm seeing at least. Can I do this by position? No. Okay, cool. So current biggest deal we've seen so far is Jalen Phillips, followed by Alec Pierce, and then Tyler Linderbaum.
So not a ton, but still
I
big
mean,
deals.
Yeah, I mean those are pretty big deals, and the Panthers, what? How much more cap space do they have now? Yeah, they're probably under like 10 million now,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little tighter. Trying to see if there's any in this list that missed. Doesn't look like it, so hit on the bigger ones for sure. Still, I reload the. Alright, this just isn't gonna update.
It's all quiet.
It has died down a little bit.
Yeah. Still looking.
I expect it to get kind of stretched out news-wise as it'll probably be like, less occurring and go pretty late into the night, but obviously we won't be streaming that whole time. Dang, we've already been streaming for 3 hours.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've been streaming for a while.
Crazy, but
Crazy stuff, yes.
like, cause have we seen the Chargers make any moves? Am I crazy? I don't recall them making any moves. The Chargers. I don't think they've made any moves.
They've let go of players, but they haven't really signed them. No, Khalil Mack, but that was a few days ago.
There was all the stuff before it opened. Because I got Biadaz and Ingold right before it opened too. And they've not done, doesn't look like they've done anything. Interesting. Solak's favorite deal so far is deeming Kobe Bryant to the Chicago Bears the best deal so far. I mean, yeah. I like it as a deal. I like it. It's upgrading the safety position you're replacing Kevin Byard at the very least with a younger safety. We'll have to see how well if this really is able to build up that Chicago defense or not, because that was one of their weaknesses, was their defense, and it's one move for sure. It's not gonna fix the defense, but it is a move to help. Chicago. Let's see. Adult DJ Moore.
Mhm.
Side Bradbury, so they got the replacement center. Go ahead and get safety, but Bayard's gonna leave. Oh, and they might also be losing Jaquan Brisker. That's the thing. So they're pretty thin. Gardner Johnson's also contract is up. They had four, right? 5? 5 expiring safety contracts this offseason. So definitely helps to go out and get one of the better safeties of the
Here's to see where
Colts.
Shaheed goes.
He's kind of been the one to sit and watch.
He might go to the
Jalen
Raiders.
one can hope. Teams that are because other teams that are receiver needy. I don't think the Steelers. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if the Steelers are going to make much of actual free agent signings. I think they're going to be more of stick with their pick and again maybe figure out something for quarterback, but they're sitting at 20 million. Although I don't know if that takes into account the rework of Michael Pittman. Wrong button. There. All right. Oh. Okay. As you shall receive, Mike Evans is expected to sign with the 49ers.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the team I thought he would go to, but
No, that is very...
yeah.
Huh.
I mean, he's pretty reliable, though.
I mean, absolutely. Where are the 49ers at?
Even though
Cap-wise.
he's getting older.
Take free agency back?
Agency back.
What do
I'm
you
sorry, dude.
mean?
It's not like the Chiefs just got Kenneth Walker and then the Bills have lost a bunch of players. No way.
Nah. I mean, I don't know if... They're not in a good spot cap-wise. That's what... They're in a rough spot
No, they are
cap-wise.
not.
Which is probably why they... I mean, again, you get DJ Moore, you're probably not going to go make a deal for Mike Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to be working with... Damn, Pat's taking my fullback. Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that you and the Dolphins, for some reason, were just like, we don't need fullbacks anymore. Okay. But yeah, Mike Evans, he's going to be, playing alongside... Oh, Jesus, rough. I mean, we've talked about it at length, but it's only the first step of what the Chiefs need to do. Steelers have agreed to a deal with Jamel Dean.
Interesting.
So that's 2 Buccaneers back-to-back that just signed. Aged and injury-prone wide receiver, I could have sworn that would have been a Bill.
Oh, you talking about Evans or not Evans?
No, no, yeah, I think he's talking about Evans. Saying that he thinks Evans would have gone to the Bills. But again, financially, my numbers aren't out yet, but my guess is it's going to be
so far
pretty
he's looking
sizable.
at a 3-year.
Yeah, he's a little bit older. Again, 49ers, they're $35 million. Bills are in the hole. So they just don't quite have the space for it. Oh, you didn't want Evans.
Well, you didn't get Evans.
He doesn't want you either, clearly. Yeah.
That was the 49ers.
So Brock Purdy will have obviously Kittle now, CMC. Now it's Mike Evans, Alex Pearsall, and I guess I see like it definitely was a need because Juwan Jennings and Brandon Ayuk are free agents. Not that Ayuk really means anything, but
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, as long as you guys are happy with DJ Moore, I think that's all that matters because you actually got him a receiver. Yeah, I was about to say your run game's gonna struggle, especially with James Cook. James Cook is good, but like you need some protection at the very least.
yeah, I mean, with where you're picking, you might that's kind of like almost prime guard. Well, not quite prime guard position because a really good guard you're getting probably in the teens, but late first round is kind of a sweet spot for guard. I
Mhm.
do still think you have to worry quite a bit about your defense as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, San Francisco loading up for another run. Dude,
I mean,
the
yeah.
49ers they need to like make a decision. Are you actually going to stay consistently competitive or are you going to tank and, redo things?
I mean,
Cuz
they made it to the divisional round. It's just the
true.
question is, can they
They were all
stay
injured.
healthy? And
Yeah.
I feel like Mike Evans doesn't really provide a lot of confidence that you'll be healthy, but
No, but
he's
it
a
does give
helpful
you
piece.
depth.
He's a helpful piece. He's gonna contribute. I mean, you're lining him up. It's him and Alex Pearsall. That's pretty much it. Right? I don't
Yeah.
unless I'm missing.
I'm mad about
somebody.
Walker to KC because I can't make Pacheco jokes anymore.
Pacheco's gonna be someone that's interesting to see where he goes. Um, roster right now for the um, receiver room for the 49ers, I believe, is just Pearsall, Robinson. I think that's as far as noticeable names. That's about it. Because Jennings hit the market, Sky Moore I think hit the market.
Oh, Bills are in talks with Shaheed today.
I don't think that's interesting. But yeah, looking at the other,
Like I said, talks.
yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of people are probably talking to Shaheed. But the other Buccaneer signed is Jamel Dean. He's been really good for the Buccaneers. I think he's lost a little bit of uh, his step in the game. Bills are always in talks. Always in talks, never in agreements.
Commanders have not done a thing
Commanders, yeah, they've not done a lot.
besides the one.
But Steelers getting Jamel Dean, I think, is another pretty solid move. He has corner one upside. Played opposite of Joey Porter Jr. Obviously, the Steelers have started playing Jalen Ramsey as a safety. Now, whether he stays there or not is the question, because a lot of money for. He's still pretty good. He just definitely didn't have his best year, but I think it definitely got better once he moved to safety. So this is gonna amp up the secondary. Obviously, again, there's gonna be questions as far as coaching goes on the defensive side of the ball, but yeah. Browns linebacker Devin Bush reached a 3-year agreement, $30 million with the Chicago Bears. He just had a career year with the Browns. and now he's going to replace, I believe it was Tremaine Edmonds is the one who the Bears released. So
I feel like if Evans has another injury or poor season, he's going to just get the Stephon Diggs jumping off next season. Because I doubt he lives out that poor. I mean, that's fair, honestly, because like obviously every player gets to a certain age. When they get an injury, it's kind of detrimental to their career. It's really hard to rebound. So I guess that's fair. Because Evans is like what, 32?
Evans is a little up there. I think the point of the 3 year is you honestly usually in deals like that you kind of get them for like there's always one extra year on top of what you think they're actually worth. So that makes me think it's, hey, we think we can get 2 good years out of Mike Evans, and that third year, maybe, but at his age, it's more meant for like it's a 2 year deal. This third year is just some extra money for you. Like
Yeah.
it's that third years is, I think Mike Evans is 2 years worth, and I don't. Again, you got to also
Yeah.
look at Diggs' situation as how much of his stuff was because of legal trouble and stuff
Mhm.
going on outside of football. Because I mean, his cap hit was going to jump quite a bit this next year as well. That's part of the reason why he got cut is to make some room. Um, Patriots, where are they at financially? They got 43, but you again saved quite a bit of money. Um,
Yes.
Still have not heard. I haven't even heard rumors, which is what's weird about any like quarterbacks.
Yeah, no quarterbacks recently.
We just heard Malik. It's Malik Willis and Mitch Trubisky are the two deals we've heard for quarterbacks.
Tua left. So that's the anything recent.
Yeah, Tua being released is, which again, I'm not at all surprised. I had basically expected it. It just was less public than how the Cardinals approached it, which was, hey, we're fine getting rid of him, unless you want him. So I don't know. Maybe Dolphins are doing something there.
Tua to the Jets. He was in talks with the Falcons, but I'm not sure yet.
I think the Jets would make a lot of sense. Steelers, I think, could also make a bit of sense. Although, again,
True.
the concern is is it Tua or is it not Tua? But we've not seen him win in cold weather,
No, we have not.
so that will be an interesting thing. The Falcons, are the Falcons going to give enough to get him over a team that is desperate for a quarterback? Do they have the space? They have 8 million in cap, so they're a little more confined to it than teams like again the Jets. I mean they've dropped quite a bit of money, but they still have plenty to go. I think Jets are the wealthiest quarterback needy team.
Yes. Very much so.
Cardinals still have plenty of money though. I don't think the Saints would do anything. Rams wouldn't. A lot of the teams that actually need quarterbacks are not. Well,
Not do much.
eh. They just don't have a lot of money.
No, they don't.
Other than the
Yeah, that's why they're looking to the draft right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's like and it's also not a super interesting quarterback free agency class. Well, I won't say it's not
No.
interesting. It's not a very rich one. You don't have
Heavy. Yeah, it's not a really rich one, no.
You don't have a lot of like huge names at quarterback, and it's the same way with the draft. Is you got kind of like one big guy, and the other guys are kind of like, hey, we're gonna kind of hope that you are not a developmental guy per se, but like we're not hoping that you're gonna be a winning quarterback day one. So It is interesting. Again, well, it's also just how many quarterback needy teams are there. We speculate the Vikings and Falcons, but both of them could stick with their current quarterbacks if they believe in
Very
them.
easily.
Um,
Yeah.
Dolphins got a guy, so yeah. Browns. I don't see. I have a hard time seeing the Browns going and taking any quarterback in free agency. Nah, not unless they move on
No.
from somebody.
Yeah. They have like what? They still have Watson. They have Sanders, and they have
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Yeah. So there's not really much to work with there. But we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. My guess is they're gonna play Shadur week 1. You got Todd Monken in
Probably.
there, so he likes him.
Probably. True. Should be the big. Donna Kelsey's remodeling her house. What's going on with Donna Kelsey?
All right. Oh, okay.
That's the real news.
Okay. Interesting.
More news.
And details on Malik Willis's contract. So let's see. $22.5 million signing bonus, $1.25 million salary, fully guaranteed in 2026. 2020,
Two new windows.
2027 is fully
Okay.
guaranteed $21.5 million. So it's going to be quite a bit more. And then $2 million in March of 2028 as a roster bonus, and $20.5 million in 2028 for salary, which seems potentially not guaranteed, which means that they're going to have some opportunity to mess with that. For some reason, they just okay. So yeah, potentially a out after 2027 if they don't like him. It's a pretty safe contract for the Dolphins,
Yeah, that's fair.
especially for a team that's not like, hey, we're making a Super Bowl push. It's we're rebuilding.
Yeah, they're
New
they're
coach.
rebuilding. They're not they're not going super crazy right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And I am excited to see Malik Willis get like another shot at starting, because he was a guy I liked, but he just something felt off with him in Tennessee. Some time to develop though, as a backup. Hopefully, it has helped them enough to give him a real shot. I don't trust Jeff Hafley, but it's definitely died down a bit.
It definitely has. I'm still looking for anything that's happening, but it's just been kind of quiet. Yeah, Falcons got Dotson.
Yeah, that was a little bit ago. Checking some sources. And then as much as of late, but I mean, so far, who do I feel like? Who's winning right now? Who's the winners of free agency so far?
I'd say winners are definitely Chiefs. Um, let's see here. Raiders are doing really well. Uh, I'm trying to think solely today.
I
Solely
think,
today.
I think the what is it? Giants made a solid move, getting likely.
Titans are
Um,
making moves. Titans are making
Titans,
moves. Saints.
Saints made some moves, that's for sure. I think Bears are doing really well. I think the Bears have done
Bears are doing well. I think
a good job.
Colts are doing okay right now.
I hate to,
Alex Pierce.
I
It's,
hate to
it's
say it,
just
but I do think the Steelers are also doing well.
well, they got was it Dean? Is that what they got?
Dean, and then the acquisition of Pittman on top of that, I think is going to add a dimension to him. Still need a.
They're solid, but they're not amazing.
I
But they're
think
definitely
they're.
solid.
I think those are going to be good play. There's still a lot of holes with them. Is the issue.
I know
Um,
that's why I don't trust the Steelers to fill all those holes.
yeah.
Who knows?
Let's see who else. A lot of have been a lot of quiet teams today.
Browns, Chargers, and Commanders have not done anything
Yeah, not
today.
really done much.
I'm trying to think who else has done anything.
I mean, it's not
I'm
just. It goes
really trying to
beyond
think of
today.
just today.
Yeah, going like if it's beyond today, I like what the Rams have done, but
Yeah,
sticking
it was beyond a day Rams.
sticking to today though, I really just like what the Bears have done, building up the
The Bears have been
defense.
kind of quiet. Yeah,
Well, so Devin Bush again.
quiet
You
in like the moves.
Devin Bush probably one of the better linebacker options coming off of one of his best years, and then on top of that, Kobe Bryant, who he just won a ring, and his position of need. He's a very good piece to add, and I think that's going to not resolve the issue, but it is a key piece in restoring that.
Yeah,
After
restoring
again,
that.
they have 5 guys. They have 5 guys who are set to leave in free agency. Bringing in a safety, 5 guys at safety that are leaving. So bringing in a safety is pretty big, and especially again one
Yeah.
that's got a lot of upside. So I really like what the Bears have done. Bears yet again trying to win the offseason and honestly not doing a bad job.
There's only so many pieces you can just take at this point. But I do like what the Saints and Titans are doing. They're being pretty quiet about it, but like they're getting their quarterbacks help and they're rebuilding their roster slowly but surely. With the addition of like, to me, ETN to the Saints, I think that's a big steal for the Saints right there. Um,
Yeah,
'Cause I generally thought ETN was going to stay in Jacksonville, but apparently not. So
Ravens not tendering Keaton Mitchell, so he will be a free agent. Okay, watch for
mhm.
the Giants here. All right.
Yeah, Giants they've been doing stuff, but I don't know. Wow. Okay.
Something happened?
Yeah. I also keep forgetting this is the point of the season where everybody's thinking that they're going to the Super Bowl this next year.
That's what being a diehard
The
fan
delusions
does.
are real. The delusions are real.
Hey, people need to cope.
Yep. I will say this though. You got the NFC West with possibly the best duo wide receivers in all 4 teams. JSN and Cooper Cup, Nakua and Devontae Adams, Evans and Pearsall, Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr.
I mean, I think the latter two. I don't believe a lot in the Cardinals one right now. It's Michael Wilson's kind of like one of those guys that benefits. His numbers benefit from just not being on a good team. Especially like a super pass heavy Jacoby Brissett who was leading the helm.
That's
Um,
fair.
Marvin Harrison hasn't lived up to the hype, but I think he can. He's just been a little slow to get there. Hasn't quite reached it yet, so nah, that one is meh to me. Um,
You have a question in the chat though, just FYI.
uh, is this an everyone is leaving Exodus, or does it feel more expected for the
For your
Ravens?
for your team, yeah, for your team.
Um, I mean, when you're changing a head coach, especially like a longtime head coach like that, that a lot of people like, there's an element of hey, people are gonna leave. Um,
Yeah.
but it's people are gonna follow him. It's not big names like we figured Isaiah likely was gonna move on. Linderbaum, I just don't think we didn't have the cap space to bring him back, which I really wanted to, but I just when the Raiders when you're competing with the Raiders who have like unlimited money right now,
Yeah.
it's hard. Um,
It's hard to compete, yeah.
it's more just like it's more like a changing of the guard sort of thing.
Mhm.
You know, you expect quite a bit of turnover when you have a new coach. So I like what we're doing on defense. I think defense is shaping up really well. The offense is going to be a little concerning. Keaton Mitchell isn't the biggest loss. I liked him a lot his rookie year, but injuries kind of have been a hindrance on him. Likely, again, I like Likely, but yeah, I was hoping he would take. I almost honestly would have preferred him over Mark Andrews as of late, but I still like Mark Andrews a lot, and I'm okay with Mark Andrews being the one to stay. I know we probably weren't going to keep both, and again, Linderbaum sucks, but regardless, we need to overhaul our offensive line quite a bit. So sucks, but it's just one of those where really good player coming off of their rookie deal is gonna get a big contract somewhere, and we didn't have the money for it. So
It's,
I wouldn't say it's
uh,
necessarily everyone is leaving, but
mhm.
some people just want to get paid.
No. I'm not seeing anything else, at least in the next few minutes. Currently trying to update my feed, see if there's anything going on. But
And it is definitely dried up a little bit. Um,
we're hitting that point of the day where there's going to be a bit of a slowdown, and then we have no idea what the rest of it's going to be like.
yeah. I mean, again, there's still a lot of guys available. Um, a lot of guys that are gonna, you know, have a big impact on the league based off of where they sign. Um, what we got? Still have Kyler Murray and Tua
Mhm.
ready to sign somewhere. Um, Rashid Shaheed is still available, and I think he'll be a shift. This does not have them, but Rashid Shaheed is an option. Rico Dowdle, it could be someone to shake things up. Antonio Gibson, I mean, he's coming off an injury, but he was having a really good year before his injury. That's a big one. At least potentially. Um, do. Should have pulled up my list because I had guys that I was more interested in. I think Tyreek still has to sign somewhere. That's not like the biggest player. Um,
No.
yeah, Shaheed. Where's my? stick this over here. Former Charger Zion Johnson reached an agreement with the Cleveland Browns. Huh. So
Who with the Browns?
Zion Johnson. 3 years,
Really?
49.5. So building up that interior O line, which they definitely could use. I don't know. It's like, well, they did something. You can't say they didn't do nothing. Also interesting
True.
going for an interior O lineman from the Chargers after this last year. Kind of bold. Chargers are the team that need to revamp their interior O line. That's what I need to see out of them.
Yes.
A receiver would be nice for them. No, maybe another running. Like they have points of improvement, but they really need to work on that O line, and I would rather not see them go all in, like in the draft for that. Let's maybe see some moves. Let's see. Let's look at.
Oh, did Minka Fitzpatrick go to the Jets?
Yeah, we talked a little bit at the beginning, but
Yeah.
they traded him to the Jets for a 7th. So
Interesting.
that was definitely interesting. Let's see who's available. So Kyler's available. Trey Hendrickson's available. Devin Lloyd, I forget. He's one of the
Oh, yeah.
higher end
Devin Lloyd.
linebackers who's just hasn't signed anywhere yet. Odafe Owe, Blamafe, Rashid Shaheed. Elijah Tucker, I thought was getting in some kind of talks that would potentially send him to I think it was the Giants might take him, but I've not actually seen anything official on that, so interesting. Rashid Walker, another O lineman, quite a few O linemen. John Franklin Myers.
We all think that Mike Evans at the San Francisco electrical substation might kill him. At
He
this
won't
point-
even notice. He'll be like, my ankles are
Yeah.
already snapped in half. What's a few electrons gonna do?
See, the thing is that the 49ers stadium could literally blow up and lose half their players, and they still would make it to the playoffs. Like lose their players to like injury and stuff like that. Like they're just so injury prone, but they still make it to the playoffs every single year. I don't get it.
Yeah. Romeo Dobbs still available. Brian Cook still available.
I was gonna say, what's happening with Dobbs? I've not seen anything on Romeo Dobbs.
I've just not seen. It's been kind of quiet on. Not even like rumors, but. Monte Taylor. There's quite a few defensive pieces that are not like big game changers, but they could be like some really good players for someone
Yeah.
that just haven't taken a swing on them.
I'm just trying to think.
Alignment. Jawan Jennings is still out there.
Apparently today is National Napping Day. Why would you nap on free agency day?
So you can just wake up and it's like time travel. You go like one day the league looks like this, the next day it's like this is a completely different league.
So like, what on earth are even the Cardinals going to do at QB? Cousins, Tua? I don't honestly know because I thought Malik Willis might go to the Cardinals or Dolphins, but now that the Cardinals don't have that option anymore, I'm still concerned about like where they're looking for in the draft specifically.
I think there's two teams that are gonna kind of fight for the same kind of thing. It's gonna be pick up a veteran, like Marcus Mariota or Kirk Cousins, and someone is either. I think it's gonna be a fight for him But I think between the Jets and the Cardinals, one of them is going to either at the top of the second. It's either going to be top of the second or trade it up into the back of the end of the first round. Take Ty Simpson. I think he's with the landscape of the NFL. I think he's got enough attention to it. Like it's a weak quarterback class. You know, it's. I mean, there's some depth to it, but as far as like first round guys, there's maybe two.
Yeah.
And the free agency isn't that strong either. Like, where someone could take someone like Tua or Kyler, and then still take Ty Simpson. That's the way it kind of is though. Lots
Really?
of veterans out there though, so we could. I kind of expect between again two teams in at the very top of the second round, one could potentially leapfrog the other and go into the first to take Ty Simpson. And I would like to see one of those teams bring in a veteran to at least make him compete for it if he's going to start
Yeah.
right away. But I don't.
I agree.
Cardinals are like Cardinals are such a mess though. They're not even like Jets mess. Uh, Former Bears defensive end Dominic Robinson is headed to Houston. That's gonna just kind of be like a depth end piece. Little rotation guy, which Houston does a really good job of rotating their D linemen. That's something I noticed watching them is, you know, sometimes I would see Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson only on the field on like third downs, and I'm like, wow, they a lot of confidence in their edges. They
I
bring
mean,
them
no
up
good
on
reason for that.
yeah, they do a good job of getting these guys. D'Amico Ryans does a great job. Nashawn Wright is still available. Cordell Flott. A lot of defensive talent is still available. It's mostly defensive, and then there's some O line. Kirk Cousins, Bradley Chubb.
Probably Chubb, yeah.
Stephon Diggs. Aaron Rodgers is still technically available too.
True. Realistic, why? I'm just saying Kelsey for those. Dude was literally watched like laundry all season. I do agree, but he's still like. He's not consistent anymore, but he's still like a pretty. He's on the right piece now. Like, if we were talking a couple years ago or beyond, like he's a really good piece. But like now, I don't know anymore. Like for him specifically, it's just a matter of. Oh, I don't know.
I think he can contribute. He's not your. He might not even be tight end one anymore. But
No.
he is. I mean, it's Travis Kelce. You know, you put Travis Kelce on the field. He might not be like the big threat, but it's like, hey, Travis Kelce's on the field. We have to pay attention to that.
Stephon Diggs can only play if he wears an ankle monitor. Oh my gosh.
Fine. Pending legal action. Literally, it says still an excellent route runner. Third down option. Diggs would be ranked higher as a short-term play if not for his pending legal matter. That is, yeah. I think that sums him up pretty good. But yeah, Kelce, you don't look at him as like a hey, he's sticking around to be your tight end one for another year. It's hey, he's gonna work. He's gonna try and represent the like tight end room. He's gonna be the leader of it, and he's gonna try and do. He's gonna be more of a role player in Kansas City.
Yeah. You don't really have to double him anymore. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, like, these older guys, you don't usually really have to double much of them anymore. Let's see, who else is available? Jalen Thompson, he's gotten some talk.
Yes, he has.
Greg Newsome, who I don't think did. I don't think he looked great in Jacksonville, but I don't think he was a good fit for Jacksonville. It was really good for the Browns though, so who knows? Maybe someone will get. I still have him as a pretty highly valued player, so I'm curious to see where he goes. Dallas Goedert is on this list. I thought he was still. Is Goddard's contract up?
Good.
Oh. His contract is void. Okay. So Goddard's available potentially, which I feel like not a lot of people have talked about because I think Goddard is, even at his age, a really good tight end. I mean, he was pretty much the main piece of the Eagles' offense this year.
Yeah, he really was.
Rico Dowdle's still there. Darren Waller, for some reason, is in the league again. I don't know. Trevon Diggs. Man, did he drop off a cliff? Went from like a huge like contract and everything, considered one of the top corners in the league, to gets released and no one really wants him. I say Trevon Diggs should go to the Patriots. From one
coverages every minute.
From one dig to another dig.
The Diglets.
Dig. David Njoku is still available. We still have David Njoku available. And Reed Blankenship, who, honestly, if the Bears went out and got Reed Blankenship alongside Kobe Bryant, I think I'd just be like, here's your crown. Go on. Because I really like Reed Blankenship. I think he's kind of one of the more underrated safeties in the league.
We'll stop saying. Saying what?
What are we saying? Oh, Trevon Diggs.
Yeah.
Trevon Diggs. Yeah. I mean,
I'm like desperately looking for new news, but
it just doesn't seem like there's much. It slowed down quite a bit. I thought I saw something on Kobe Durant, but I guess not.
yeah, something about his like contract specificities. I can't. Whatever.
Specificity.
Specific thing. I'm not gonna speak anymore. Apparently, I can't speak English today.
Why is Jimmy Garoppolo ranked in the top 100 free agents? Why?
Brother has not played in a long time.
He's ranked over C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't know about.
That's actually kind of wild.
And Taylor Decker, who.
What?
I mean, he's also stab, but I mean, come on now.
Come on now.
Yeah, come on. Quite a few guys still. I know there's quite a few that won't actually probably sign even today. Some of them will take a little bit extra time, but I figured I feel like someone would. I can understand not with like Kyler Murray. I can understand not Trey Hendrickson. Just being more hesitant with some of these guys, but like again, Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's going to go get him.
I mean, it could be he's got offers lined up and he just taking his time choosing, but you never know. You never know until it happens.
It really does.
Would really like to see, I mean, quite a few teams, honestly. I mean, all right, we haven't seen the Patriots do a whole lot, though. The Patriots have made 2 moves? No moves? Maybe no moves. Draymond Jones. They made 1 move. Oh, new news? Something happened?
Andre Key is signing with the Colts, 2 years, 20 million, 11 million guaranteed.
Arden Key to the Colts. Interesting. I have different news. John Franklin Myers is signing with the Titans on a 3-year, $63 million deal. $42 million guaranteed.
So we're just flipping players at this point, or what are we doing here?
Well, so John Franklin Myers is going to be more of an interior guy. So this almost is like more replacing T'Vondre Sweat and pairing him with Jeffrey Simmons. Again, T'Vondre Sweat had a lot of potential upside. Franklin Myers is more developed. He'll be kind of a more instant impact. He's going to make that D-line pretty scary. Which for Robert Saleh is going to be, I mean, he does a really good job with that. And this kind of feels like a very, like a pretty, Robert Saleh kind of moves. He's built up the defense. Giants are signing Tremaine Edmonds. Okay, so now we're getting deals. 3-year, $36 million. Giants were in need of a linebacker after cutting Bobby Okereke last year, or from last year, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, Giants, it's a move. It's building up the linebacking core that needed some help. So that should help them. The Titans with Franklin Myers. Because what other moves did they make? I mean, they obviously went out and got Jermaine Johnson. So they got an edge. I'm trying to think of what else they did. Because they signed someone earlier. Oh, it was the offensive pieces. Okay. To work with Dable. This one does not seem to want to actually update what is going on. But yeah, Giants. It seems for someone who was released, Tremaine Edmonds wasn't my favorite linebacker on the Bears, but he should. They have a need for linebackers, so I can understand it. I don't know how much he's gonna fix it, especially again with like Devin Lloyd on the table, who I feel like probably would have been a better resolution, but yeah, they made their choice. They went with Tremaine Edmonds. I think Tremaine Edmonds. I think he's a better fit for the Giants, but than Devin Lloyd. Franklin Myers, though, again, Titans building up that D line. It might actually be pretty solid this year. Like, and again, this is kind of what the Titans to Patriots comp is. It's like, oh, hey, we're gonna throw money at these players because we have money. Theo Johnson, I don't think is gonna swing the game too much for them. Robinson could be an impact. Franklin Myers will definitely be an impact. It's finally updated into was the Arden Key thing, which for the Colts is going to be a pretty solid, at the very least, rotational edge. I don't know how well he'll do in Indianapolis. I feel like he's going to have a hard time. I think he performed well, but I think it's kind of just what the system he was working with. So, but out of those three, I really like the Franklin Myers one for the Titans. You pay a pretty penny for him, but
Yeah.
the two are kind of but we're kind of people we have left. This really hasn't updated at all. More news: Chargers are signing Charlie Kolar. Also, yet another former Raven tight end. 3 years, $24.3 million. He was tight end 3. And he continues to follow the Harbaugh to Harbaugh theme, which is, I guess, like the last year you'll see it with Baltimore included, and it's going to turn into New York to Baltimore, or New York to Los Angeles. So, 24.3. Yeah, it could be a potentially useful asset for the Chargers there. I'm curious. So I know they haven't dropped the schedule for the NFL season next year, but
Oh, not yet. I imagine they will soon.
I think it's usually after the draft. But while I don't need that,
usually.
I do. You don't need to know that to know what opponents you're playing. You just just need to know the opponent. Yeah, it's all rotation based. Ooh, so close. The Ravens are going to be playing the Cowboys next year, not the whole NFC East, but just the Cowboys. Could have been the Giants. Could have been. But I think it's the Bengals who play the Giants. No. It'd be the Browns playing the Giants. Yeah, fun there. Ravens play AFC South, NFC South. What are the two other divisions? Interesting. And then Cowboys, Chargers, and No, that's part of the NFC South. Who's the other odd one out? No, Bills. Oh, we have to play the Bills. Again. Alright. Woe is me.
Seeing.
Yeah, it's definitely died down quite a bit.
How long do you think we're gonna keep going with this? Because like, at some point there's gonna be another wave, but it won't probably be for a while.
I'm being very true. Again, it's gonna be ongoing all day. We have streamed for about 4 hours, and it's
Oh, have we now?
yeah, it's slowed down quite a bit. I think we've talked about most of what has happened. We'll probably still we'll definitely make still a more collective video on everything.
Mm-hmm. There'll definitely be a lot of things to cover, but
and also make probably some posts on like big ones to drop a few stuff. But Titans signed Cordell Flott on a 3-year deal, former Giant.
yeah, Giants.
3-year, $45 million deal. So that's pretty sizable contract. He definitely has ups and downs, but that's another Brian Dable pipeline pull for the Titans, which seems like it's coming in handy a lot between just Brian Dable's connection to New York, Huh. And that plus, Robert Saleh, pretty good defensive mind, as we saw this last year. Pulling some guys. Titans heard us in the first hour say that they weren't doing anything, and they went, okay. Now they've made they're probably one of the teams with the most moves, if not the most moves. Fortunately, this website doesn't want to actually update and tell me what they've actually been doing. Because what they have, Bellinger, Wan'Dale Robinson, Cordell Flott, all three from the Giants, plus John Franklin Myers, and was there someone else? I want to say there was someone else. Um, Let me look. Let's see. So again, Wan'Dale. Oh, Isaiah Likely. No, wait, that's the Giants. That was the Giants, not the Titans. Forgot what team I was looking for. He's low tender on Ivan Pace. Ah. Device is still too old. Yeah, the other thing we've heard on Romeo Dobbs was that he just was planning to sign elsewhere. So he just wasn't planning to return to Green Bay. I could definitely see him being a Raider acquisition. I think it's either Dobbs or Shaheed, though. I don't think it's good. It wouldn't likely be both.
No, probably one or the other.
Let's see. So, because Titans, where are the Titans? They've done something.
Titans.
Oh, they also got Mitchell Trubisky. I forgot. Backup quarterback. Mitchell Trubisky. Bellinger. Oh, something update. Something did not update. So Bellinger, Flott, Robinson, Franklin Myers. Is that really it? Feels like there was more. Trubisky, whatever. Yeah, seems like that's it for the Titans. Which, I mean, isn't like nothing. I did miss a couple of things. Brian Cook is expected to sign with the Bengals, so the Bengals are actually bringing in a safety, former Chief, for a 3-year, $40.25 million deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also Alontae Taylor. Oh my! Add it to the counter. He's going to the Titans. 3 years, $60 million. I I like my comp to
Six
the
millions.
I like my comp to the
Yeah.
Patriots now because that's kind of they've sold out quite a bit of money in contracts. It's kind of that like mid range where it's like we're gonna pay a good amount of money for these guys, but it's not just like one guy. It's like we're spreading it around to Raiders. Again, they got a lot of money, but they've been pretty quiet. Other
Yeah, just a
than
little bit.
other than what Naylor and Linderbaum, which again aren't like they're not small contracts either. Those are pretty big moves, but I got a lot of cap space. I'm surprised they haven't dipped into that more. Still a lot of guys available though. Still quite a few guys available. Question is, what would the Raiders even go for? Trey Hendrickson.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe Trey Henderson, but that's all I can think of.
I mean, they could do pretty much anything on defense. There's so many pieces on the defensive side of the ball they could go for. Rashid Shaheed or Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, one of them would be great. That's probably why it's taken so long, because that they're trying to contact both of them or see which one wants what. So
Yeah, it is taking a bit. Again, Raiders are another team that kind of.
did you see that the Bengals got Brian Cook?
Yeah, that
Was that
was
what-
the expected
yeah,
one.
okay, that was the one you sent. Okay,
That was the
I
one
was
before
like,
the
that just
touchdown.
recently popped up in my feed.
Which is, I mean, needed. They
His
need to make
defense, I
moves.
guess.
They need to make moves. Brian
Yeah.
Cook's a pretty good box safety, so that should be pretty useful for them. But again, they still
Yeah.
got a lot of moves to make, and
Mm.
you're not gonna feel good about them until at least until after the draft because
Yeah.
draft is going to make or break kind of that defense, which I'm excited to get into the draft stuff.
Oh yeah.
Probably get
It's coming
there.
up soon too. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. It's less than 2 months. Oh, new deal.
what about him?
J.K. Dobbins is staying in Denver. Josh Job is staying in Seattle.
Okay.
So 2 guys who are staying. Would be really good for. I think the Dobbins one will be pretty good. I know that Seattle's pretty big fans of Job. I think as well.
It's not too bad then.
So. Yeah, it'll be fun to get into draft talks once the free agency seems to have come to a conclusion. Because then we can actually approach things as, a actual with like a pretty clean consensus as to what is actually needed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of surprised Nick Cross is still available because he's not like. I guess some holes. He's only 24. I think he's one of the youngest guys out. Him and Nakobe Dean are like 2 of the youngest guys on the market still. I think because I haven't seen anything for Nick Cross. Yeah, he's still available, to my knowledge at least.
Yeah.
So there are people out there. It's just been definitely a couple big signings. I'm not gonna downplay some of the moves, but heck, the last 3 non-Ray signings that are actually. There's a lot of defensive, like a lot of secondary pieces people can grab. So a lot of secondary, lots of O-line, lots of D-line. trenches and secondary seems like the strength of the class. The running back and receiver classes are a little spread thin, so it'll be interesting to see what big names go where and what teams are kind of left scraping things together. I'd expect a team that needs a running back to be a little more, especially knowing what I know about the draft, to be a little more persistent in getting somebody. It's been pretty quiet, especially running back wise. It's the Chiefs, which, well, it's the teams that had a chance at Jeremiah Love are also the teams that went out and got running backs. Which again doesn't mean that they won't, but it makes it a little more questionable to see what they go with. Because the Twitter's dead, pretty dead. So I've not seen much. Yeah, because I'm not seeing much going on right now. So, I mean, if we've reached that point, we could wrap up stream. Again, there's going to be plenty that's going to go on, and we're going to still talk about the stuff that
we will
does
cover
happen.
We will cover. Yeah, it's kind of hard to catch all the little trades that we won't see in the free agent signings and all that stuff. But once everything is all over, we'll probably compile all of our notes and go over them bit by bit and see how we kind of grade them too. I mean, obviously we've mentioned earlier that we've had our winners, but curious to see where our losers are really. So
yeah, and there's lots of room for things to still change because we got some still very big names on the market that just haven't quite gone yet. So we'll cover some of the other ones, not quite as in detail, but cover the grand scheme moves. I guess probably in the next couple of days as things even out, and yeah. So probably wrap up stream here though. I appreciate those who dropped in. It was kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing.
It really was, but it's still fun.
I mean, I always enjoy an opportunity to stream, so
indeed.
Thank y'all for dropping in, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video that comes out at some point.
Sometime in the future. See ya.